I am audible. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the bonus roll. Oh my gosh, we have 5 people here.
Hello.
That never happens.
Grigum is back from his meditation at the bottom of a barrel.
Welcome back.
Okay. So let's get these little announcements knocked out of the way. James Brew is still on hiatus for this week. It will be resuming next week after I turn in several rather large papers to my professors and say, please warn me in advance next time. I'm kidding. No, I knew it were coming. I just didn't get it done in time. Student life.
Bad professors. Bad.
We will be doing a dice giveaway again today. I believe we hit 40 followers. Or if not 40, pretty close to it, which means we're just 10 followers away from our 50 follower goal, where we will be giving away a box D&D beginner set. Let me go down my list. Equilibrium is back for more. Welcome back, Equilibrium. Glad to see you.
Hi.
Ooh, has Equilibrium been making some waves since I last was here? Or
he actually got mod ship.
Oh,
cool. He is our first non-player mod, and we are very happy to have them. Let's see.
Very cool.
Now. Yeah, I think
welcome aboard.
I think that's the biggest announcement that I have relating to the channel is that GM's Brew is on hiatus for one more week. When we come back, I will be doing some home brewing for magic items, spells, and monsters. Not part of any series that will be probably released, but just to, Okay, no, everything's stable. No worries. Just to, get some homebrewing on and show people some of my techniques. We are doing the giveaway. I already mentioned that. Check. Background music is, as always, provided by Sirenscape. Excellent digital sound tool set. Please check them out if you want, can, or if you need background music. Let's see here. Did anyone else have any announcements? Anything they wanted to cover, mention, talk about, or hide in fear of under their desk?
I have a shout out to a young viewer.
Oh, yeah?
Go for it.
So, hello, niece. It's good to see you on here.
We are making several assumptions here, as I am currently locked in Streambase 2, and
she's posting on her channel, so I think she's on.
Okay. That works. I was about to say, I'm in Streambase 2, Zizva is in Streambase 3, and neither of them are anywhere near where that is. But yeah, okay. So anyway, where was I? Oh, right, announcements, and I think that's everything. So we last left off with, y'all were in Farkeep. Rail had finally woken up after 2 days unconscious. Y'all immediately went shopping and then introduced him to the local noble. Grigum was nowhere to be found. Y'all had a very early morning, as I remember, thanks to someone sounding the alarm at the edge of the city. Let's see here now. I think that's everything. So if anyone...
Oh, right. I did throw that dart at that Iron Angel, didn't I?
Yeah.
I don't have that anymore. Better toss it.
You only had one dart?
Hey, that's what the sheet said.
You can pick up more darts in town. Okay. So yeah, if y'all wanted to do your character
more shopping.
Well, y'all got, let's see, 3 days until the...
Oh, no. Sorry. I had 10. Okay, we're good.
Okay, that makes more sense. It's like, what gives you only one dart? I'm not used to having short hair anymore. Anyway, yeah, that's everything. If y'all want to go ahead and do character introductions, it's been a while since y'all have done that, so...
All right. Howdy. I'm the mage, and I play Grigum, like the investigating, like probably voyeuristic drunken monk who is part of the Selesnya Conclave. Next.
So I am Merle. I play Rael, the cleric, and that's it. I'm part of the Simic Combine. I'm totally not a spy.
He is
Absolutely
a cleric,
not a
and
spy.
nothing else. I went to Magnamar and nowhere else.
Yo.
Sorry, that's a different group joke. Sorry.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Fairdeer. I'm a Simic Ranger. And nothing else.
Simic Ranger plus tentacles.
Plus something else.
I'm Ziziva. I play Ingrid Corvidae. She's a Golgari shaman. Almost an official Golgari shaman.
And if you are viewing us, you can see our lovely character art provided by how do I say her name? Yara?
I think Yara Abril, and also on our wiki, it links to all of our characters in our D&D Beyond character sheets. If you want to see what items or gear or anything like that.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything I can think of to buy time while I get everything prepped up, so I guess we have to start this now. We last left off with Fairdeer having... Oh yeah, you went and worked with the apothecary for a couple hours while Ingrid and Rael were doing arcana checks on Rael's new dagger. So,
Well, also they were trying to make some dice or something.
well, they dropped that off and then they came back and did, arcana checks, examining daggers in the middle of the dining room and stuff.
Sure.
Yep.
And got to talk about secret lab stuff.
Secret lab stuff that perhaps we should not have left quite as unattended as we did. Sorry.
Oh, there's no way that's going to be a bad end for anyone. Alright, so it is the evening of Makosh 6th. 10,076 still. The year's going really slow. Have you noticed that?
I think it's 1076.
What's up?
Nobody says 10,076.
But the
I mean,
Decamillennial.
It depends on the context.
I mean, nobody says, I was born in the year 19,096 or whatever.
Or do they?
I mean... Wait, if you were born in the year 19,000, something is very wrong.
Or very
And
right.
maybe you should get your time machine looked at.
Oh, yeah.
1900.
1996.
Alright. So,
Give or take a decimal place. Maybe it's 19,096 in dog years. I don't know.
So I just want to confirm the timelines with y'all because y'all did a lot of buying stuff and a lot of ordering stuff. Y'all have 3 days until the augury tools are done, 3 days until the dromid arrives, and 4 days until the wood comes in. Did I forget anything?
So what for? Let me check.
You wanted to make clogs.
It's 3 days for it to come in, but then probably at least a day to get it worked on was where the 4 came
Okay.
from.
Okay. Yeah,
Alright.
that carries.
And more like the Japanese sandal things where they're flat on the bottom and you tie them on with rope.
I don't know
Then,
what those are called.
like,
Tabby?
clogs.
Taba? Tebow? Tebow. We'll call them Tebow. That is not accurate at all. Okay, it's evening in the dancer's skirt. The perpetual dark of the Undercity outside is kept at bay by the light of the inn/tavern. The bartender that y'all have been interacting with is still there. Y'all have come to the impression that she never really leaves, and while y'all haven't seen proof of it, one or two of y'all may suspect that she actually sleeps at the bar at this point.
Well, there's also the fact that we keep triggering alarms.
Yeah. Ingrid and Rael are at one of the tables with Rael's raven-headed dagger on the table between them. Its eyes that were once red are now clear and glass diamonds. Clear, glassy diamonds. Wow, that was fun to say. Say clear, glassy diamonds while I read my next line. No one?
There are
Really?
lots of comments.
Thank you.
And
Fair
I believe.
Do I get an inspiration point?
Sure.
I think
Yay.
you still have one you haven't used.
Yeah,
Oh.
you already have one inspiration. You can only get one inspiration, and you've never given it or used it.
Yeah.
Fair dear, you arrive
Guess
after.
why I haven't.
Fair dear, you arrive at the dance of skirt after helping the apothecary for about 6 hours boil various reagents and urgents, and then decant and bottle and put them in to age and or finish. You're not quite sure how potion making works just yet, though you are getting the general idea. Reeve is in the back of the thank you, Equilibrium. That made me laugh. Break the limits, infinite inspiration. That made me think about.
Row, fight the DM.
Yeah, I was about to say that's very much a Tingantapa Gurren Lagann reference, and I am fine with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Reeve is in the back of the tap room, just doing like minor sleight of hand performances to entertain some of the people. Brigham, you make your way down the stairs with quite a bit of a headache, and it's been basically a blackout day for you.
Yeah, no, it's like gotta learn better how to balance that out. Like,
The secret to excess is moderation.
there's such thing as too much. Like, there's such thing as too much wisdom.
And so the night is yours.
Probably first thing I'm gonna probably like scrub up, wash my hands and stuff since I've been working with a lot of chemicals.
Alright, so Fairdeer makes his way to the public privy. There is a wash basin in there. Open stalls, quick little scrub, and then he can return to the thing after he's properly hygienic. There is a sign that says all workers must wash hands before returning to work.
Good to know that there's standards around.
How progressive.
It's Golgari. They handle
I mean,
food
they do
like...
work with fungus, to be fair. I mean,
Yeah, you know, I'm
You actually can't catch as much stuff from it, though, being like a different matter base.
my
anyway.
character would have no knowledge of that.
You're literally a biologist.
My character would have some knowledge of that.
Did you take nature? I forgot.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe some.
So, like,
Anyway, so I'm gonna.
Grigum has nature, but the more important thing here is that I must look terrible. Like, so I think I need to do some washing up. It's like,
Grigum,
Grigum has nature, but he prefers denature.
Grigum, you woke up not in the bedroom that you've been renting, but in a storage closet down at the end of the hallway. You have no idea how you got there or when you ended up. The last thing you remember was having
having a bucket.
yeah. The last thing you remember is having a drink called Hellhound at Night.
I should have stuck with the Blue Nun.
Blue Nun.
So they're both upstairs cleaning up, right?
No, the
More ways than one.
privy is down in the well, not in the common room, but attached to it. So you saw both of them come through, go into there, and then wash up and come out.
Like, he
Yeah.
still hasn't removed the bucket from his head.
He's got a helmet
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
Seeing Grigum reminds me of some confusion I've been having. Would you mind if I
Alright.
ask you something discreetly?
Not at all. Ask away.
So my memories are still a little mixed up from the coin keep day. So when we exited,
Right.
we got day 2 back. And day 2, we hadn't remembered talking to the people about our mission. We just had the memory bands. Do you remember Griggum asking us about work that day?
About work?
Yeah, he said he was looking to hire people, and then when we got out, we were told our reward was that we were all starting a company together.
I don't recall that. It might have just slipped my mind, but
I have it on my paper notes, but
I don't think it made it into mine. Well, maybe he remembers.
yeah, a bit of strangeness, that's all. And then she goes back to telling you about things like, oh, hey, that thing we're not naming has counterspell, just so you know.
Okay, and why are we not naming it?
Because someone's already said the D word once in town and then set off an alarm.
Ah, right.
Not necessarily sequentially.
And then Ingrid goes back to just kind of
I mean,
examining stuff and going over notes.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm going to go join them.
Alright, so...
And
Oh,
true to my zoned out nature, I actually zoned out personally in the entire conversation. What's going on?
Oh, hey guys!
As you'll settle
So-
down at the table, Listening, the barkeep, tavern owner, you're not quite sure what her relationship to this place is, other than that she's always in the tap room, comes by and sets a couple drinks at the table for you before kind of pulling up a chair and saying that. So I have a friend that tells me y'all have been to Farkeep Mansion a couple times. Are y'all going to be going back anytime soon?
I was actually about to tell Griggum that I got his dinner invitation he wanted.
Oh,
Dinner
good.
with the Farkeepers. That'll be nice.
In a few days, maybe. I'm not so sure of the timetable.
She pulls out just like a little wooden ring, like maybe roughly about that big, and sets it on the table. I would really appreciate it if you could give this to them. You don't need to tell them it's from me or anything like that. Just, and she kind of slides it forward. Just as a gift or something like that.
I think this is the point where we should all be rolling insight.
Sure.
Yeah, I was thinking, just wondering, do I still have Detect Magic active?
Yeah, it's been less than 10 minutes. There's no magic off of the little wooden ring. It looks like just a little piece of shaped and polished wood.
Sorry, who is this?
This is the barkeep, the person that's been giving you free drinks and food for the past 2 days.
Okay, I think I'm going to use... Can I use my passive insight?
Are you passively
because-
inciting her, or are you actively inciting
Yeah,
her?
because
Just
like,
roll.
I'm assuming that I'm familiar enough that I wouldn't be like in interrogation mode.
Out of 4, so.
Like, if that makes sense.
What's your
I
passive?
think-
So,
14.
Okay.
As
so,
for- Go for it, Rail. Go for it, Rail. Like,
24.
24?
as for me, I so want to roll dice, but I don't think Grigum's in any condition to be on point right now.
Okay.
Just be like, I'm too sober for this. Come on,
Yeah.
breathe.
The bucket over your head, and you cannot use facial expressions through the metal.
Okay.
Yeah, like full on soldier right now from TF2.
Alright, so,
Oh,
Fair Deer. Past couple days, you've gotten the impression of Leslie as that she's fairly caring, that she likes to take care of people, and that she watches out for her customers and stuff. Since you're using passive instead of active, you only get a general sense over your interaction with her.
Sure.
Rail, since you're using active in this case, and you rolled a 20 what?
4.
24.
You get a strong sense that while there's no particular malice involved, she really just does not seem to want to be the person to give the Farkeepers the item herself.
Uh-huh.
But your detect magic doesn't show any
Interesting.
glow or aura on the wooden ring.
Okay. Wooden ring to give to... right. Okay.
She
I'm
kind of smiles and leaves
gonna
the
let her
ring.
keep her secrets.
Stands up. So I'll bring some food out to you in a little bit, okay?
So, Ariel, are you taking the wooden ring yourself for now, or?
No, I'll let you have it. I have had enough trouble with taking things that maybe I shouldn't have been so quick to take before. I'm not ready to go blind again yet.
And if y'all are having trouble remembering it, Leslie is the she has the short silver hair, dark gray eyes with the Tressum cat, and like the light scarring across the side of her face.
Is there any sort of like design on the wooden ring?
It is literally just like a piece of wood with a hole drilled into it that has been sanded to be round.
Can I do a history check to see if there's some sort of symbolism?
Sure, go ahead and make a history roll.
Ooh. 8.
8. You remember there is this game that's played among children where they take wooden rings similar to this and they toss them over pegs.
Okay. I mean, I guess being leader of Heartkeep could be boring. Makes sense to me.
Anchor seems less than sure of this, but she takes one of the sacks out of her bag, and she puts it over the ring, and she puts the ring in her sack.
Okay. Ow.
But, particular reason not to tell her it's from you?
Leslie's already left. She like dropped the
Okay.
ring off and then walked.
Okay.
She said she'd bring food back though.
Or
So we have 3 to 4 days
Food.
till we
Food.
get any,
Sorry, just being a little silly.
so we can make any sandals. How long do we want to wait for that, or do we want to do something before then? Scouting, additional planning. I don't know.
kind of up for scouting, but
I'm
personally I would prefer to have... Well, we already have one of the creatures, the dromids, right?
No, they're all locked up in the stable.
Y'all
But we
have
have
2
access.
dromids.
To 2.
They're locked up
locked
in the
up.
stable.
Yes.
And the guy's gone.
Get them out of the stable.
You would
And the
have
guy's gone.
you would have to break into the stable.
Oh, I see.
Wait, why are we breaking into a stable?
Oh, we have mounts now. Except for we're just getting you a saddle for the dog for now.
Dog.
The dog
Kay,
dromid.
Kay is an excellent mount.
Kay kind of looks up and going,
Oh, that dog. Okay.
Or you can ride double.
Do you think we can fit him with like this little, like, rescuer ale? Like,
Already done, I thought.
he has a little
Yeah.
potion bottle on his collar.
Oh, so Brigham,
no, good.
this came in the mail from Cathal. I'm going to hand it to you. It's a wand to detect magic. It has 1 charge on it until morning.
2. You only expended 1 charge. Oh wait, no, you used the second charge, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
the one
remember
happened
things.
automatically and the one on purpose. And she sent us a potion, and I attached it to Watcher's collar so that he has a real potion. And she sent an augury scroll, so I kept that for now because I can learn it. So you hold
Right.
on to this wand.
We're working on getting some augury tools. Seems like a useful ability to have at our disposal.
After a little bit, Listening comes by and she sets down how you've seen a couple different people eating this style before. Multiple ramekins of sauces, meats, some cheeses and a large loaf of bread for y'all to tear off of. Kind of gives y'all and heads on to serve the next table.
I'll go
Well,
ahead and
why?
ask her in passing, like I was going to before.
So, yeah.
Any reason not to tell her who it's from?
Oh, I mean, we don't have the best of relationships, but it's still something that I thought she would like to have. Remind her of, better times.
Ingrid just nods a little bit and kind of sits back.
She kind of gives Ingrid a little bit of a smile and then goes on to deliver like the same setup of ramekins and bread to the next table over.
Okay, I'm gonna make a little plate for Kay, set it for him, and then make a plate for me.
Okay.
Be good.
So a couple seconds after Leslie walks off, y'all all wait. You are all wearing your Spy's Murmur, right?
I am.
There's a little bit of a buzz in the back of your head, and then you hear Asham's voice. Is all okay. I think y'all can be hearing. Y'all should be able to hear me now. We're trying to cobble stuff together. If you have the iron coin, do not bring it to the surface. Ingrid, you sent a message asking about if it's okay to leave this area. That's fine, but avoid the 4th precinct until the Gruul incursion has been repelled. Do not bring the iron coin to the surface. And then it...
Wait. There's an invasion?
Oh, you missed the call because we couldn't find you. Cathal said don't come back to the surface, they're under attack, and stay safe.
Okay. I'm sure she can handle herself. Plus, it's a former Boros,
I mean, she didn't sound panicked, and she told us to stay safe. But I didn't want to inquire further and make her waste a spell to send again. But if, she might need them. That is a little disturbing that it's more the whole district being avoided, though.
Precinct.
And not... Yeah, precinct. And not like a neighborhood.
Yeah, but I don't think there's much we can do from here.
Well, at any rate, even if we do decide to go do scouting, I doubt we'll do it in the middle of the night. Though it is dark either way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, how do you tell the difference down here? Exactly.
Mushroom biorhythms.
This is actually a conversation we've had earlier that I think you were away for it, though. There are a number of glowing mushrooms that are used for luminescence.
Right.
That lose and then go dormant and then recharge. And they basically use that as the timepieces.
Okay.
Like there's
So in that
one...
case, why not go at night?
Yeah.
Just because if we wanted to come back in, the gates would be locked. But we could go at night. We just have to camp.
Yeah.
Right.
And I kind of don't feel like breaking into people's private property.
The abandoned Izzet fountain from 1,000 years ago abandoned property?
No, the stable.
Oh, no, we're not going to go to the stable. Not unless we see if Rithin has any backup keys or anything. He might, since he manages the city, but probably not. It's private
Before
property.
we go scouting, though, I kind of want to have access to the mounts so that we can very quickly...
I think that sounds like we're officially going to take downtime.
Okay, how much downtime are y'all going to take, and what are y'all going to be doing during this downtime?
I guess until we get the boards. Does that sound like what we're all saying we're going to do? We're going to wait for the boards and the mounts?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I'm not sure what I'm doing during the downtime.
Well,
it'll be 2.5 days?
It'll be 2.5 days for the stuff to arrive. It'll be another additional day for the board the wood to be worked into a sandal form. Try not to sneeze.
And that, and remind me, that's enough sandals for basically everything.
For all y'all, yeah.
A2. It's a board.
Yeah.
Who, what now? I didn't
I
hear you. You
definitely
broke
want to
up.
imagine Kay with little wood booties like
Oh.
I said, yeah, it should be enough for Kay also, because it's a board. It's like a 4-foot board.
Yeah. Like I said,
And we
it
have
should be
enough
enough for all
extra
of y'all.
rope.
Okay, so 4 days downtime then?
I guess that's 3.5, including making shoes.
4 days.
Yeah.
Close enough.
4 days, 4 days, 4 days.
So that puts us back at evening is the only. Okay. So the last day I'll probably be helping with crafting on the shoes.
Okay, so we will be jumping to the 10th. Let me advance some timelines.
Think.
Morning of the 10th.
What would I be
Kind of
doing
thing.
during that downtime?
Okay, so for the next 4 days, we will start with... Let's start with Rail. Rail, for the next 4 days until the stuff that y'all have ordered comes in or commissioned is finished, what are you doing?
Let's see. I am actually going to be honestly just kind of moving around and seeing if I can quietly gather information.
Okay. Is there any particular
I got a
information you're wanting to gather? Anything you are particularly wanting to gather information on?
Whether anybody knows anything that we didn't already know about where those attacks came from, about what might be going on, about basically anything that crosses my view.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to be looking out for any marks in Thieves' Cant.
Okay, go ahead and make me two investigation rolls then.
Okay. Investigation. Roll 1. That's a 14.
Okay.
Roll 2. That's a 9.
Okay, so 14. Asking around, most of the people in the town don't seem to know much of anything about the incursions. They actively avoid the fights. The guards do tell you that pretty much what you were informed earlier is that the creatures seem to try and get to specific points within the city and then attack anyone that's between them and that point. Let's see here. You don't spot any Thieves' Cant or markings or any Thieves Guild associations around town.
Okay.
Grigum, any idea what you want to do for the next 4 days?
Well, first and foremost, it's like I'm gonna get my, I guess, blood alcohol levels to a more tolerable level. It's like, and I'm definitely going to just be going around, like, I guess, picking up rumors. Maybe a student or two, if like any are interested, because I feel that maybe teaching a bit more self-defense. Actually, no, I don't think anyone would do good against elementals.
Yeah, punching an elemental takes a lot of training.
Remember, if you see an elemental,
it would.
Invest in asbestos gloves.
Yeah. Like, part of me was like, maybe I should do my part to help train up the militia. I'm like, yeah, no. I mean, using an axe on a fire probably is the stupidest thing ever.
It's not the...
Take no firefighters. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, let's see here. It's kind of carousing.
I don't think the firefighters use the axe on the fire for, like, damaging the fire.
Go ahead and roll me... So, it's not a full week of that, so... Go ahead and spend 20 gold.
Okay.
And make me a... Sorry, I'm trying to find my little carousing thing. There we go. Roll me a D10, apparently. Huh, I thought I had more.
Okay. Yeah, mostly I'm going around spreading word, giving people a face to our, group. It's like, as well as,
Yeah.
So you're not going to do
My
any evangelizing?
conclave. It's like,
Hmm.
to basically say, hey, you can be like this too, or you can hire us. 4.
4. Okay, so you're not sure what you did for the past 4 days. You woke up in a ruined tower to the south of town, at the southern part of town, in a very crude tax collector's uniform. With
Bring back about your
What?
head, ironically.
maybe 25 gold worth of coins in a pouch.
So spent 20, got 25?
Wait, so did I gain that, or is that
Yeah.
supposed to be for something
You
else?
spent 20 gold on carousing. I rolled on my carousing table. And you woke up in a ruined tower on the southern side of town in a crude tax collector's uniform. With 25 gold.
So I spent 20, got 25.
Yeah. You have no real memory of what happened, though.
I think I'm just gonna throw
And
the
now you
hood up
follow
and
to practice.
lay low for a little bit.
Oh, don't forget to add tax collector costume to your inventory as well.
Will do.
Okay, Tux, what are you doing for the next 4 days?
Probably gonna continue my work with the apothecary.
Okay, we will treat that as another 4 days of training. That puts you up to 5, so you're halfway to trained with a herbalism kit.
Okay.
Which means you should probably get one at some point at the market.
Okay, that leaves us at Ziziva. What are you doing for the next 4 days?
Ingrid, because I'm on character.
Right, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't do that. I don't do that. What happened? Where am I?
Okay, so, first things first, leaving 2 more gold with the innkeeper.
Okay.
Because we're going to be there a few days. I want to talk to Rithen to see if any other lightning attacks. If he wanted to survey his people to see where there were basements or possible citizen grouping shelters. And then I wanted to see if I could get to my patron and back.
Okay. So you're going to go to Amorona.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Adding
take
4
a
more
look at
days to
your
the
thing.
6 is kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know that I should, so I should probably...
Let me take a
Check
look
in.
at your thing. Because I don't remember the exact phrasing of Undercity Paths. And
half the time. But I would be looking for a path to a rail station I could use. Then rail station, then I know it's a 4-hour without a mount down there. But I don't know how far to this rail
Yeah.
station. Though I feel like if I'm already talking to Rithen, I'd probably ask him about the closest station to run an errand
yeah.
and get some general directions.
Okay.
I don't have to stay there overnight or anything. I could theoretically come back, though staying there overnight would probably be safer.
See, I'm looking at it'll take you maybe 6 hours to get to the surface level to find a tram. Another, because it was a full day there. Okay, there, and then
You said the tram between district was like an hour, right?
Yeah, no, I'm doing the math. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then it would be because Omarona's is not near a tram.
Yeah, it's you said it was a 4 to 5 hour walk before.
Yeah.
With my pass.
With your pass, but she's not near a tram. Like, you would have to use undercity shortcuts for her. I think you could make it there and back in 2.5 days with enough downtime to recover.
Yeah, that would be good because I had those questions I was going to ask her too.
Okay, go ahead and we'll handle those questions later.
Okay, if it comes up in game that I hit a point where I might need the info, we can backtrack and do it.
Yeah, we can flashback.
Okay, so I would get back and then I would help with the shoe crafting and take them to someone.
Okay.
Like maybe Emerson, because she should be ready for pickup by then.
Yeah. All right. So, 4 days of misadventures and mischief later. Y'all are converging on Emerson's then?
Sure.
That would be after 3 days to Emerson's, and then the day for the shoes.
Yes, you're actively helping her, okay.
Yeah.
She would ask you to just let her and Perter work.
Okay. So what was that cost on getting them with the tools and the shoes and stuff?
The final cost for those would come out to 5 gold for each total.
Okay, then if I'm not spending the last day on shoes, I'll probably just take a watch or something.
Okay.
And rest after all that running around.
Yeah. Roll me perception for the night that you're on watch.
Non-natural 20 for me and 17 for Watcher.
Okay. So you see in the distance, far clearer than Faradir did, a group of monocoids and another group of Vig Pygmy launching into a combat at the southern end of the rot farm. It seems like this is happening pretty regularly now.
Okay, I'll go down and report it in person, then go back up.
Okay. He then kind of looks up when you come in and tell him. He nods and he writes it down because he's trying to keep a log of all the combats that are being witnessed in that area. Okay. I think that's it for the downtime.
All right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I would have picked up our augury stuff when I went for the shoes and handed that out.
Okay. So, as you requested, the augury tools that they created, they took the playing cards, they put them on a thin metal backing to reinforce them, and then put a leather backing over that, etched it, and then filled in the etching with powdered ruby. The dice are silver knuckle bones, or solid silver dice cast in knuckle bone molds with etching and rubies, powdered ruby as the ink. So they came out pretty nice. And these are both of quality that will work for your augury spells. So you can deliver those to Rail at your convenience.
I'd probably take them right by that day.
Have that.
Big shinies! Here, Rail, your stuff's done.
With all that done, I vote that we get the mounts and we kind of do maybe a little bit of scouting around the trouble area.
Okay, so Rail,
Yes.
you receive your augury tools from Ingrid.
Wonderful. How do they look? I mean, how fancy are they?
They're solid silver. They used the knuckle bones that you delivered as a to make a mold, and then made a solid silver set of knuckle bones. Etched them with what was on the knuckle bones themselves, and then filled the etching with a ink made of powdered ruby.
Ooh. Well, that's lovely. Excuse me, all of that to my inventory.
And then we get to take Greg by to see the mounts. He hasn't seen them yet.
Okay, so yeah, y'all. Okay, yeah, he's back as well. So y'all return to the marketplace. The livestock handler mount person has returned. You see he's brought another 2 dromids with him. So with the 2 you have, y'all now have acquired a third. And he holds out the saddle that he made for Griggum to be able to ride K, and the harness that he made for K to be strapped to a dromid. He looks as like, this is...
Wait. So have we just turned K into a sidecar?
I would just need to acquire a set of goggles that can use.
So, question: what do these look like? It's like
Dromids
these mounts
look like very large crickets with horse legs in the back, kind of. They're insectile with very sharp serrations along their forearms, and they have a kind of a natural sway back and a very elongated pincery face.
I could talk about us getting a 4th later if you really like them, Griggum.
And how much did these cost?
I believe they were...
It was 120 for 3 of them,
Yeah,
which is
with your
way
deal.
cheaper than horses, for sure.
Money well spent.
Ingrid negotiated y'all a pretty good discount there.
These things are just adorable.
And these things aren't
Alright.
these aren't small. These are large creatures. They're twice your size, Griggum.
You know what? For that matter,
Right. It's like,
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Aww.
but do they count as animals and not vermin? It's like,
Yeah, they're
That's
animals.
an excellent question.
Jeez.
okay.
This is literally what Speak for Animals is typically used for, to force your dungeon master to roleplay a animal.
Which
Yep.
is why the distinction is important. Is it an animal or is it vermin?
No, it's an
And
animal.
I'm going to tell them that they're all excellent dromids, and we're going to take good care of them.
There you go. What's drumming? And then they
You are.
kind of... You are. They have an intelligence of 4.
That's okay. That's more than a dog.
Yeah, I'm a little upset about that.
Wait,
Why,
4?
you have a 3?
Hold on. Now I'm questioning it.
Yeah.
Y'all make me question myself too much.
Yeah, they have higher
Intelligence of a
intelligence.
4 is more than some goblins have.
Don't be mean.
I
Ooh.
said some.
Drummond.
Not in this setting.
I choose to believe
Sorry,
that was
Greg.
out of character.
Sorry, Griggum.
Oh, no, sorry. I got that wrong. They have we lost Tux. They have an
Uh-oh.
intelligence of 2. They have a -4 modifier. My bad.
Okay.
I got that flipped
Okay.
around.
It's like this before. Like a raven is a 3.
A raven
Smart
is a 4.
animals are 3.
Dear, come
Is
back.
raven a
Yeah,
4?
yeah.
Yes, I actually had to look
Was
this
an
up for something.
octopus is a 3 then?
Well, considering that they, sure, with a little bit of magical intervention,
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
speak
fair.
other languages. But
I'm going to assume that Fairdeer will
Okay.
return in his own
But,
time.
Sorry.
But yeah,
An
they're going-
octopus has a 3.
Yeah, they
And
are.
an octopus is a pretty smart animal.
I'll start putting the
Um,
saddle on K.
Kay kind of just tries to turn
Alright.
around and look at you while you're putting the saddle on. The drummers are like, "You're drumming, you're drumming, you're
Okay.
drumming" at each other.
Oh my god. What? And, yes, you're all dromids.
You're a
What
dromid.
is your favorite treat? Okay, do you like treats?
Yes. We like treats.
What's your favorite treat?
Treats.
Come on, they have to have a favorite.
Goku, what is your favorite food? Favorite? It's him again!
Oh my
Mushroom
god.
bar for everyone.
I like mushroom.
Did we
Sorry.
check what they eat? Just like horse things?
They-
or...
I hand Rail a mushroom bar.
They generally, I can't remember his name. Actually, y'all never asked his name, did y'all?
He said it was herbivore though. On
They're
it, but no, I don't know if I got his name.
They're herbivores. They eat grains and like plant matter. He actually gives y'all a stack of semi-desiccated leaves to feed them.
Okay. Are carrots good for them or nah?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, carrots are good for them.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get myself some carrots then. Alright, so we have 3 dromids?
You have 3 dromids and 1 saddle for Kay and a harness for Kay.
Okay, so I'm going to mine and I'm saying you are Styx. That's your name.
So I'm 6.
If you want to ride with someone, I suggest Fairdeer because he's like he's a ranger,
Fancy.
so he does animal stuff.
He's handsy.
What are
Okay,
you
Gurgum.
implying?
Oh dear.
Plus, since he can stick to things, if y'all fell or something, he'd be able to catch you when we jump
Only
across
thing
like
is
caverns
that I
and
was
things.
intending Kay to ride with me.
That would be really heavy. I don't think you and Kay can ride at the same time.
Can't we? I thought you could ride 2 persons. And that Kay counts as a medium creature.
Kay counts as a medium creature. They can handle 2 people, but they won't be happy about it, and they will not be moving at full speed.
That is
mean,
very important.
They can
Kay might
generally
as well
handle
run along.
a medium and a small, or a small.
I
But
thought you were doing the side carriage just so, like, if we strapped just Kay, we could get across the canyon or something.
Okay,
And ride
I
it
guess I
back.
misinterpreted that. So,
this thing hisses when I open it.
it might be easier if we're using the mounts than to have Kay stay at the end then.
Well, y'all don't have. I mean, the
'Cause Kay's not
dromids
gonna
move
be
at
able to-
60 feet per turn. 120 if y'all are going full out.
Yeah, and Kay's only 40.
Yeah. So he will have to go full out to keep up with y'all, but he can keep up with y'all if y'all don't push it.
I mean, he could just go 60, which wouldn't be, like, full out. But he'd probably want to catch his breath before we entered if he goes in.
Yeah, y'all need to give K time to catch his breath if y'all are running with a horse. Dogs can generally keep up with a horse, but traveling at a horse's speed requires the dog to actually run, whereas the horse is just going on at its normal
At a
speed.
gallop, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's
Yeah.
why they take dogs and horses hunting, because the dog can keep up with the horse. It's just the dog needs a second to catch its breath afterwards.
That makes sense. Okay, I guess we can do that. And medium and small is doable on that table, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he can ride with me.
With you? Oh, Graham, yes. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you
Greg, I'm
meant Kay.
sorry.
I was about to say, we
should've-
just went back. We just went
Pronouns.
over this.
Pronouns, aren't they great?
Actually, pronouns are horrible. Do not use pronouns unless you absolutely have to. That's why I use the proper name of every character and every line that they show up in my writing.
But you is a pronoun.
Third person pronouns.
We will be we will
Just
be
cannot
referring to
escape.
ourselves in the third person.
Oh no.
You're a dromid.
Fairdeer disagrees.
I am a dromid.
Oh, tell mine its name is Coco.
Okay, your name is Coco.
Yeah.
Was it with a K or a C?
See.
I
Your name
don't
is
think
Coco.
they can spell.
Okay, so we have Sticks, right?
Sticks and Coco.
Sticks and Coco.
And
And Faraday, what are you doing?
I'm kind of just like, doing the
Hoppy.
petting, kind of massaging.
It's
Around
it
the
kind of like our.
joints.
I meant for names, but
Oh,
Aw. You should totally name it Hoppy.
Hopsty.
Whatever it is, it can't be worse
Jiminy.
than. Wait, what?
Jiminy.
Jiminy.
Or is that too?
No, that's fine. We won't get sued.
Okay.
Hmm.
and then I tell you all the commands for driving it that I did on my test ride the first day.
Yeah, he gives y'all like a primer on like how to mount them, how to handle them, how to avoid getting your legs sliced off when they're running because they have very sharp stuff along the back of their legs.
Faraday, Choso would find this as a very impressive mount, just so you know.
Okay.
Now
I
ask
kind of
Kuchoso.
question their utility on the surface, but I have a feeling we're probably going to be taking a lot of long trips in the Undercities.
Well, we can ride them on the surface as long as we don't go jumping from the upper arches and the rooftops a lot.
But they didn't do well on the surface.
They don't do great, but they are viable on the surface.
Okay,
And would be very distinctive looking.
true. I mean,
Branding.
Sure, we can get a little thing with our logo on them.
Oh, the
Like
magic.
not quite a cape, but
The detect magic wand is fully recharged.
okay. Yeah. So I guess, are we heading out? Sorry, I missed a few minutes.
I think we're starting to head out.
I mean,
We've just been introducing ourselves to the to our animals.
yeah, pretty much. You missed rail casting, speak with animal, and learning that intelligence to animals don't necessarily have much to say.
Oh, they're intelligence too. Okay, good.
Yeah, no,
I was
got.
about to say,
See,
why are they smarter than K?
They're still adorable.
they are intelligence 2. They have a -4 modifier. For some reason, I was remembering that as intelligence 4 -2 modifier, which made me go like, wait, that's not right. And then I had to look it back up
I
because.
mean, having smart mounts isn't necessarily a bad thing.
And then they told Rail that he is a dromid. Just watch the video later. It'll be on
Really?
VOD.
Rail is a dromid.
I pass out the over the shoes so we can all tie our shoes on even before we go. When we get there. But.
Okay, so Ingrid passes out to each of y'all what looks like a plank of wood that's been sanded slightly around the edges so that has no sharp corners with like braided rope straps to hold it on top. It's basically a wooden flip-flop. And
It's like tiny snowshoes.
there is even a set of 4 for K.
I will put them on K.
K does not like this.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna wait. Now that I think
Aw.
about it, I'm not gonna put him on. I'm gonna wait until we get there since he's gonna be doing a lot of running, and
That's what
a
I was
lot of
saying.
running in weird shoes would probably be very,
I pass them
very
out when we
bad.
get there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've
Yes,
got
yeah.
that staff Grigum, so that should be pretty safe for electrical contact.
The drunkard
Is
staff
heavy
is
metal on the
primarily a
end.
wooden
Yeah,
shaft with museum coating at the
Yeah.
cap and the butt. I had to look up what the
Yes.
end of the staffs
Yes.
are named.
Yes. And it's like, that said, like the fact that you specifically called out electricity makes me worried. Like,
Well,
Well,
lightning.
that's
yeah.
Electricity, lightning. I
like-
mean, you've all interacted with Izzet at one point or another.
I worked
Yes.
out in the tunnels and go through them. So
Yes. At the same time, it's like, actually, wait, no, this is Ravnica. There would be power lines at some
Yeah,
point.
there are. There's underground
Oh,
power
God.
lines.
Oh shit!
Stupid
Oh my
question.
god!
The Dromeds have like leads and stuff, right?
They don't have mouths that like you can put a bit in. What they have is a kind of a helmet that goes down along the length of their face with spokes at 2 points that you can pull in the direction.
Okay, but you can like tie them to a place. And
Yes,
they, won't,
they
like,
have
run off.
leads and stuff like that.
Okay, just thought it was a stupid question. Just wanted to
No, it's
not
actually
be like we dismount. Like okay, they run off.
no. I actually had to sit down and think about like what would a bit and bridle for an animal that has a serration hole for a mouth have. I don't know the proper term for an insect's mouth, so I use serration hole.
Works for me.
I
Okay.
use mandible interchangeably between. It's really.
That probably is the correct term.
oh, did we bring Reeve with us on this? We
No.
left him, right?
He
We
was.
left Reeve.
Y'all have no idea what he's been up to the past 4 days. No one's like, "Hey, DM, what's Reeve doing?"
Oh no, we let him go run away to talk about the circus.
Oh no.
I figured I probably bumped into him during my carousing stuff, but since I woke
You
up
don't
alone as well,
remember.
I don't know
Yeah.
where he ended up afterwards.
Okay, we're gonna get back to a circus after all.
I kind of feel I don't know how we're going to be able to convince Reeve to go with us.
Peaceful little town. Let's bring a Rakdos here. And then lose track of him.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, no.
That's all I can say is just. Oh,
So I
part of
think
me
we
wants
didn't
to
bring
see
him on this
good.
trip.
I mean,
Track
y'all
him
can
down.
probably track him down if you want.
I
Like,
mean, I could do that if you want, but
I honestly, I'm the one who brought him here. I feel responsible. I should at least try and track him down.
Did we want him with us for this encounter?
I
No,
want him with
but I
us.
also
I
want
don't
to
think
make
it's
sure-
very
He has
Oh.
healing.
like okay from a like meta perspective. I want him, but from a gameplay perspective, I think it would be very, very difficult sell to. Hey, remember that dragon that almost killed us? Let's go fight him again.
What's fair, do you think?
I think that he would think that it would be a very difficult sell to. Hey, why don't you come with us and fight the dragon?
So, Faradir has told y'all this.
Yes.
Yes.
He thinks it would be a very difficult sell. That was a very roundabout way of talking in character.
I apologize.
Okay, so
That's
we left Reeve then, right?
Y'all are still
Yes,
at
but the problem,
y'all are still at the
The
market.
problem is yeah, we're still at the market. Now the thing is that I want to make sure I know what he's doing before we leave.
I mean,
That's my concern.
y'all do have a magic spell that can tell you if something is a good or a bad idea.
that is an excellent point. Let's use it. Alright, so what is the specific course of action that we're planning to do? Let's lay it out.
Well, do we want to ask about taking Reeve, or do we want to ask about finding Reeve?
Finding him really is my
All right, and
Fine.
you're casting the spell since I don't have it in my book yet, right?
Yep, I'll cast it as a ritual, so it should just take about 10 minutes to set up.
Okay, so what does your augury ritual resemble, other than casting bones or dice?
So, I'm actually going to take some of my drink and just with my finger draw out a circle with it on the table.
Don't waste it.
It
Gregor's like,
Oh, I think that much. Well,
I'm sorry.
question. Question. What is the table made of?
the table at the marketplace. The market tables are pretty much. It looks like wood, but it's actually a very large fibrous mushroom.
Shoot, so it is probably not fireproof.
Why don't you just draw a circle on the ground and throw the dice into it?
Well, I mean, I could do that.
You guys just watching to see what he does for it since she doesn't have the spell written down yet.
Well, Ingrid will have to translate it into her own arcane form.
Yeah, I know.
So it will take a different form, likely.
Okay. But, yeah, it is a fair amount of murmuring to himself, sitting meditatively, tossing the bones to and fro, having somebody blow on the bones, and then
He blows on
tossing.
the dice.
Okay, and so what is the specific course of action that you are wondering about?
Okay. Is it finding Reeve?
Is that the course of action that you're asking?
I'm asking the other players. Is this what we wanted me to do this for? Finding Reeve.
I think so.
That's what I want. Like,
Yes. Finding Reeve.
Wheel.
Is finding Reeve a good course of action? Wheel.
Yes.
Okay. The dice have the forces of the universe have spoken. Let's go find Reeve. Who was the last one of us who spoke with him?
It was about 4 days ago at the tavern.
Let's
Maybe
go
he's
to the
still at the tavern.
He's still at the tavern. Like, y'all head back to the Dancer's Skirt. He is sitting on the bar top, talking to Lisney while playing with her tressum. Its wings are just kind of like in his face while he's like, its hands.
Aww.
Ah.
We just
Oh,
taking a
yeah.
moment to
Yourself.
enjoy the cute, huh?
It is. So, I don't know.
Reeve.
Hey, Reeve, how's it going? Sounds a little
He,
flippant.
he looks up and suddenly, oh, hey guys, what's up?
We're probably gonna go,
just
Try to
checking
take
up on
care
you.
of that problem
area.
outside the area.
Okay, you need a hand?
Yes.
I
I
mean,
think we could use one.
It's okay, I'm running out of money anyway. He kind of slides the bottle towards, his bottle towards Leslie. Can you fill this up for me? She takes it and she, goes and decants some alcohol into it.
look, probably not going to ask too much out of you. Like,
You're
mostly
paying.
because we're going on, mostly because we're going on to, take on that dragon again. It's like,
Shut up.
Leslie kind of stops and looks up. Leslie
We don't
kinda
know what
stops
it is.
and looks up
Bone
from
creature.
her. Yeah.
We don't know what it is. Bone creature.
oh, right, yeah, no, sorry. It was dark.
He's had a few. Don't.
Yeah.
Reeve kind of
yeah, no.
looks between all y'all and kind of takes the bottle back, takes a sip of it, corks it, puts it on his little
Very.
belt holster, and then pats the cat and then hops off of the bar. And it's like, give me about 5 minutes to put my dress on. He heads on upstairs, and 5 minutes later he comes down and he's y'all have seen him in this armor before. It's a leather breastplate with the Harlequin divide with just clown imagery on it.
That's not a bad look.
Interesting outfit.
Yeah. Wear the clothes you're given. Alright, we doing this? Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to be totally honest.
Is visibly
I'm going to be totally
very
honest.
happy
It
that
only
this
occurred
went
to me.
so well.
I'm
What
going to
just
be totally honest. It only occurred to me that the D word that apparently set off alarms I guess last session because I didn't see it at all. Probably was Dragon. He's like, I thought it was Dramir.
That would also set off alarms, but for different reasons.
Yeah. He's like,
All right, so y'all are making your way back to the fountain, right?
Yeah, trying to ride the mounts if we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
But y'all aren't pushing the mounts or anything like that. Y'all are just going at
No,
Okay.
just at a reasonable pace, but still faster than what we could do on foot.
Okay. So, I believe it took y'all somewhere in the neighborhood of like half a day to get out that way. Last time. With the Dromids, Kay is having to race to keep up with y'all. But so y'all have to stop periodically so he can catch his breath. But instead of taking y'all 6 hours, y'all managed to make it out there in about 2.
I thought it
wow.
actually took 2 before, but... And then we just took 6 for the whole round trip.
Let me check my notes. Why are y'all taking mounts to someplace? Okay.
It could be it was wrong the other day, too, or I could be remembering wrong.
Okay. Well, using the mounts and K, y'all make it there in half an hour then. Considering the speed which they can move, that's not too unacceptable. So, quick little jaunt out to the place. Y'all are heading out during the daytime, so the gates aren't locked or barred or anything like that. The guards kind of wave at you. You'll see like a couple underdark critters around the area. Go ahead and make a perception roll for me, everyone. I'm assuming y'all are traveling at speed or faster, and so not able to do stealth rolls.
Yeah.
yeah, that's reasonable.
13 for Watcher, and very horrible for me, like 4.
Okay.
Let's see, for me it is...
7.
That was perception.
Yeah.
Rail gets a non-natural 20.
Non-natural
23.
23? Alright, so, pretty much everyone misses it except for Rail and, Fairdeer. But as y'all are racing along, that rust monster that y'all had seen before with, like, the antennas waving at y'all, there's another 2 or 3 of them that are starting to, like, kind of at the edge of the pathway, but they don't seem to act hostile towards y'all as y'all run by.
So what kind of creatures were those?
Rust monsters. They look kind of like giant aphids with feathery antennas. Or tentacle weapon tunnels.
Yeah. And they enjoy eating ferrous material.
Yeah. Any of us wearing or... Oh, shoot, I'm wearing
I
metal.
think we're probably too fast for them to bother.
Y'all way outpaced them. They weren't even acting hostile towards y'all.
Which is part of the reason why I wanted mounts, is just to...
They were just like waving their antennas at y'all as y'all race by.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Like, you do not mess around with rust monsters. It's like I had a game where like we had some of our equipment damaged, then we hid away the rest of our stuff just in case there was more rust monsters, and then we ended up going through a portal, leaving everything behind.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I
So
love that. And
do
then
not
we
mess with
ended up
rust
going through
monsters.
a portal.
Not fun.
Like it was, we have to escape for our lives, kind of jump through a portal.
Yep. Sheesh.
Okay. So, with the quick journey out of the way, y'all return to the abandoned and dried fountain. The mushrooms that Reeve had burned away have not regrown, so the access tunnel is pretty obvious right now.
I'm gonna dismount. Probably give my lead to somebody else. I want to see if there's any more recent, like, signs of activity.
Okay, go ahead and make me a perception roll since you're actively looking around.
Sure, that's going to be a 19.
19. You notice that there is a lot of like cracking and breaking in the ground and the tile work. that wasn't there previously. In fact, a portion of the ground seems to be sloping downwards towards the tunnel where previously it had been fairly level.
And how far out does this go?
Pretty much the space between the fountain and the access tunnel. So a good 20 yards.
Okay. And sorry, I forget. What was the way that, like, was it a door that you go into?
It was the access tunnel that had the mushrooms next to it that y'all kind of creep by, and then Reeve poured alcohol over and set them on fire.
Right.
So he didn't have to creep by. And then y'all followed that tunnel down. There were a number of water pipes eventually that started showing up until you came to a large area where a lot of water pipes were crisscrossing and going into like stonework and stuff. Crossing through that room, you found a doorway that had 18, 21, 14 carved onto it. And through there, y'all found a tunnel that led into a air shaft.
Gotcha. So there's no, like, nothing to open between there and the door with the...
Not really, no.
I have a note. I go ahead and do my ice armor once we
How
get
long
off
does
the
that
mount.
last?
An hour.
Hour? Okay. So Ingrid kind of breathes out and the frost settles onto her shoulders like, you know, that, oh, there's a ghost in the room kind of breath.
I'm gonna kind of give Kay a moment, give him pets and stuff, and I'm gonna ready my crossbow.
Okay.
Oh, and I need to do that thing.
Oh, you're going to see if you can solve the puzzle?
Yeah.
Make an intelligence check.
That would be not correct. 7.
So you kind
You
of
didn't remember to get guidance or help from anyone.
you look at it, you fiddle with it, you pinch your finger in one of the mechanisms. Ow, ow, ow. Nope, not today.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't awake when y'all went out here before.
This is all
Oh.
new to you.
Yeah, we described it, but
Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably...
Right. How did
I think he mentioned that aloud, so we're probably going to go into more detail about, like, attack patterns and whatnot.
Reeve pulls out like a pair of, you know, those magician rings, like you have like tink, tink, tink.
Yeah.
He pulls out a pair of
Yeah.
those and like kind of spins them around on his hands a little bit, holding them loose in his grip.
I wonder if, like, I forgot. Do I have a flask now, or like?
I believe you have a flask.
I passed him his shoes too, just in case.
His
Oh, yeah,
what?
we need to put on our shoes.
Oh,
His wooden shoes.
Shoes.
These will help break electricity if you do have to go in for anything.
he kind of looks at him, ties him to his belt.
And I put them on Kay.
Okay,
Do
it
I
does
need to
not
make
like them.
Do I need to make an animal handling check?
Yeah,
for
please,
this?
because you're having to convince Kay of
Aw.
this.
Okay, not 17.
I'll take the dromeds out of sight of the entrance and tie them off where they're not in direct sight.
Yeah, like by the fountain.
Okay.
No, the fountain's in direct sight.
So you're
Okay.
taking him to one
Yeah.
of the like little abandoned buildings in the area and tying them
Yeah.
up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Make me a sleight of hand roll, please.
For me,
Yes, please.
I'll assist.
you're doing K's. 9? Or
9?
do you want me to do his assist?
No, that's fine. Either way.
And I'll put him down some of the leaves and stuff
You spread them
in the
and
building.
the talk with animal spell has expired by this point, so no clue what they're saying as they chitter and munch on the leaves.
Yeah, it
I'll
doesn't
like
last that
food,
long.
food.
Food?
You're a dromid.
Food. Oh God.
That's gonna be made into a T-shirt at some
I
point.
just wait till they go back to the stable and they tell the 4th dromed. And then the guy restocks and he gets more dromids. It's gonna just spread.
Don't look at me. I just tell y'all what's going on.
Okay, so I think we're gonna make our way into the cave.
Okay, so you pass through the very overcooked mushroom pile that is by the entrance tunnel and go about maybe 20 feet before you start noticing little clusters of rock and rubble that weren't there before. At first they're just like a couple pebble size, but as you're going down another 20 feet, so 40 feet in, they get to be like the size of your fist. Another, say, 10 feet after that, they're like the size of soccer balls. And then finally 5 more feet forward, so about maybe 70 feet into the tunnel, there's just a collapse of boulders and rocks and rubble.
I don't suppose y'all are responsible for this.
Were there any
Probably.
grates before we got to that point?
The grates and stuff like that you found were past the doorway in the air shaft above the underground facility.
Mm-hmm.
So we can look for other passages?
I'm going to
Let's
poke
go
at it
on.
with my cane.
You got yep, that's rock. Or are you making an investigation check?
I suppose I'll make an investigation check. I may as well.
Okay,
You never know what might turn up.
Can I assist?
sure.
That is a natural 1.
Well, you're gaining assistance, so roll with advantage.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, this rock is made of rock.
I
Well-
bite onto it and
Okay.
that hurts my teeth.
Okay. 16.
Rail kind of picks up a rock, licks it, rock, yeah, looks down and notices that there is, where the rock came from is a kind of a downward slope, whereas the tunnel had been previously traveling at a level pass,
Yeah.
which gives you the impression that there's been a collapse.
Sedimentary, igneous, or more, or metamorphic?
It's honestly, basically, it's building materials that then got filled in with dirt and stone and stuff like that when they built over it. So there's a
So-
little plaster there.
I like that that's your more pressing question than tunnel
He licks
collapse.
the rock.
Wow.
Tastes
How
like a
big
fish.
are the tubes along the ceiling?
They're like water pipe, PVC pipe, so like maybe
Okay, so little. Okay. Well, do we want to look for any other entrances, guys?
Might as well. So, okay, so remind me.
Yeah.
So, is this like a cliff face that this.
it's into the wall because the previous this area it was part of a building at one point, but they came in, they filled it in with like stone, gravel, and stuff like that to build on top of, and they just didn't remove the piping and stuff like that. So,
So, this is a wall, floor to ceiling.
pretty much it's
Like if
yeah.
we were to go out. Okay.
Like there's some like rock surface face. There's also some building face where you can tell like this was a building when this wasn't Undercity, but actually part of the city proper.
Okay, so for the building face, are there any like open window or window like things, or is it just solid, like solid basically?
What's your passive perception?
19.
19. You do see a couple like windows that like there's no glass or anything like that anymore,
Right.
but that were part of the front facing of the building. Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to climb up and just kind of do an investigation.
All right, go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
Oof. It's gonna be a 10.
10. You kind of poke your head in like a window or two. It's like there's maybe like 3 or 4 inches before like you hit the rock and the fill and stuff like that.
Worth a shot.
Well, this is a town fountain, so we can still look and see if there were any other accesses like wells and things.
Make me an intelligence check. Anyone who helped Spanner.
Anyone who helped what?
Help Spanner?
19. 19.
19?
20.
I don't think I was around for that.
You remember that when you had the two-stage device, that one of the places you went to was a fountain that had an access panel on the fountain itself.
We should check that out.
Oh, let's go check it out then. So back to the fountain, and we'll update Reeve of what we're looking at.
Reeves is kind of following along behind y'all. He's got his ball and he's taking sips every now and then.
Here, pass that
Okay.
over to me.
And we found the access panel before while we were pulling stuff off it, I think.
Yeah.
Let's
Yo-
take a look there and see if there's a cover or anything.
You pull open the access panel again. Previously, when you had opened up the access panel, it was just inactive. Whatever has happened, like, this entire area seems to have shifted. So where the panel and the machinery in there was flush before, there's now maybe a 3.5, 4 foot gap maybe, where the machinery has come loose and detached from the underside of the fountain, revealing like a workspace below it.
So basically, is it like just like where it's sunk to 3 or 4 feet, or like we can see like a crawlway?
Like when you open the panel up, it's like a 3 foot, 4 foot panel, and normally there's like a large number of tubes and mechanical stuff in there. That has dropped down maybe 2.5 feet from like whatever happened to shift the earth here, and there is now a crawl space there.
Hey, anyone ready for exploring?
I'll go.
As
I
always.
was literally born ready for this. Like, as I say, flexing my short body.
Yeah, technically, I think the goblin would probably have an easier time looking at.
I mean, either that or you, in case there's any unexpected drops.
Yeah, so why don't we tie some rope around his waist so that if something happens, we can yoink him out.
Yeah, and I'll also prepare the lamp
Yeah, no, this is going to be a great idea.
for real.
You said
Hmm.
once for slow, twice for fast, but you said nothing about one long pull.
We've got our earpieces. Let's all test connection real quick, because that's probably our best way to signal.
Testing.
Test.
Test. 1, 2, 3, test.
Now, with Spy's Murmur, you have to be thinking at a specific person. You're not sure how Asham contacted all of y'all
All
simultaneously.
of us.
I guess she might have like a master stone or something like that.
So I'll just message Grigum and be like, test.
So, Grigum, you hear...
And remember, the safe word is banana.
Why stop at banana? Why not banana phone?
Banana.
Because if you're in a very dangerous situation, simpler is better.
Help, oh god, help.
That works too.
I'm going to say corduroy.
Whatever floats your boat.
Okay, so, y'all are tying a rope around Grigum, and then you're convincing him to crawl into a 2.5 foot space under a fountain.
I
Am I
wouldn't say
correct?
convincing. I'm saying that he volunteered, and we're like, okay, for safety's sake, here's a rope just in case.
Yeah, no. This is entirely willing.
Yeah.
Not so much that they are making me do this.
This is more going along with his.
Okay. Let's see here. Goblin is small. Go ahead and make me a. Just make me a straight dexterity roll, please. Grigum.
All right.
As you wiggle and squirm.
Proficiency or just dexterity?
Just dexterity.
All right.
Because this isn't a form of acrobatics where you're tumbling or jumping or anything like that. This is just how you can contort your body.
Okay, 16.
Like a greased goblin through a tiny hole. Grigum just like...
Please don't put that imagery in my head.
I'm assuming y'all pass him... Wait, no, you have dark vision, so you can see. You kind of, like, slip through the hole, and the machinery that the Izzet's put to regulate the water and stuff has completely fallen off of its support base. So you crawl onto it, and it kind of sags a little under your weight, but then you can kind of roll off, and you're in this, like, maybe 4 foot, 5 foot wide access tunnel underneath the fountain with pipes that lead up into, like, where the water would come out, and drains for where it would come out, drain back out.
Once you know it's safe a ways, I guess tag the next person.
I don't think anyone else should come down here.
Well, I mean, it's 5 foot wide, but it goes towards the wall a good distance, too. You're essentially under the plaza square at this point.
Yeah, but the thing that I entered on sagged on my weight. Like,
yeah, but
I'm not sure it's going to...
Like, you can take a look at it, and you see it's literally just like a housing unit that is holding the thing up. And there's no bad drop-off or anything like that. It's just, like, barely held up in place.
Okay, I just didn't want the thing to collapse on people. And
yeah, if it collapses, they'll have, like, a 4-foot drop.
What's the material of the, like, right outside the access panel made out of?
On the fountain, it's kind of like stonework and tile.
Okay.
Like, yes, injury was a concern, but also noise was a concern.
Oh yeah, no, it groaned under you. Like,
yeah. Yeah, but if it collapses, it's going to make a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, that'll be.
Fairdeer could carry us in quietly, maybe.
Honestly,
So we'll see how.
There's enough room for you to do
Yeah,
that. But, you know, hey, I'll let you know the situation, and, you know, if you make the decision, that's your decision.
Okay.
What am I, the
how
decisionist?
much rope do we actually have? Like 25, 50, something like that?
50 feet. Keep in mind, like, this is a plaza, so it's like 60-something feet from the fountain to the wall.
Yeah, so maybe just have them go as far as the rope, just to see what happens, and then come back, and we'll figure it out from there.
So, Grigum, I think Fairdeer is saying that in character.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that through the spy's murmur to Grigum,
Okay, so it's less say and more think at.
and I'm probably gonna also say it aloud, so that everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, I can see Fairdeer doing that. It's like, you can just think, and it's like, nope, I'm saying it out loud.
Yep.
Okay, so, Grigum, if you follow, are you going to follow down the hallway then? Alright.
Yeah.
So,
just a little further, just trying to be quiet.
you go down. Oh, trying to be quiet. Go ahead and make me a stealth roll then.
14.
14? Okay. You kind of pick your way down the corridor there, stepping over a couple rocks that you would have accidentally kicked if you weren't paying attention. You get a good 25 feet down. Nothing there. It's just a straight corridor, it looks like. There is a gradual downslope, though.
All right, and I think back to, I guess, the brains of our operation, Faraday here. It's like, and tell them that, yeah, this does look like a path downward. It's like, it's a
Okay.
little, sloping rather than steep. It's like,
Okay. Are you going to be able to get back up?
I guess you want me to. It's like,
It's like a 10-degree decline. It's not
Okay.
bad.
Like I didn't know if like it was.
It's not like... No, it's more like...
Yeah, where like he wouldn't be able to crawl back up without assistance of a rope. Was basically my question.
I mean, I'm a monk.
It's just a downslope. It's like, wheelchair accessible.
Are you going to tell
Wise
anyone
statement.
anything, Fair Dear?
Yes, I'm going to relay this to the
Well,
party.
yeah, we have established that Faradir says what he is thinking to people out loud. So y'all are hearing him just go like, "Can you get back up?"
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, what's the situation, Fair Dear? Are we heading down?
Still an assessment. And Grigum hears that still an assessment on the spy's murmur. He's not very used to the system. Grigum's like, what? Come again?
I'm feeling slightly out of the.
Yeah, Fair Dear, you want to just ease me down there so we don't make a lot of noise?
So he probably looks like one of those crazy people with the Bluetooth headsets.
Exactly. That's
Pretty
what I'm
much, yeah.
going for.
You want to just ease me down there so we don't make a lot of noise?
I think I'm going to have to go in there first.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, go ahead, crawl in.
Okay, so I'm going to relay this to
Okay.
Grigum also that I'm coming down.
All right.
And I'm going to try to go through the access hatch into the thing. I'm going to try to kind of spread
Okay.
my weight out a little bit.
Okay. Make a dexterity
hang on.
roll for
With-
squeezing.
Sure.
And it's at this point that Grigum thinks about the fact that he's this tiny little guy currently with a rope at the end. I mean, tied to a rope. It's like just a bunch of people behind him. It's like he's going on ahead. It's like he feels very much like there should be a rod involved in here somewhere.
Good question.
Mhm.
Maybe a fishing magazine. It's like,
I don't use the saving throw modifier. I
Nope,
just use the
just-
straight modifier, right?
Just straight D20, add your dexterity modifier.
That's going to be a 20.
20? Like
Yeah.
a greased octopus through... No, I'm sorry.
I'm probably...
please,
Maybe.
let's not use the words greased when it comes
I
to
never said I
talking
took a
about
shower.
holes.
This may be accurate.
He kind of like... and disjoints himself in ways that like you don't normally see people jointing themselves, and just like
I just
pops
imagine,
through
like,
into like...
Grigum looks up and like all these tentacles like come in and then spread out and just...
Like, he pops through, like, hold on, let me roll.
I mean, you just have the two arm tentacles and then the little cilia
No,
on
it's
your
just,
wrist and
like,
ankle.
There is a groan and a sag of the machinery as you climb on top of it, so you quickly roll off and drop onto the 5-foot... And you're in.
I'm going to, Okay, so I guess... Let me think of how to do this. I guess I'm going to have to climb around, like using the walls, so that I can help Ingrid down.
I think he's overcomplicating it, but sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess, since he's helping you, Ingrid, make a dexterity roll with advantage then.
12.
12. You kind of like work your way in. You get a little stuck, but he kind of like grabs and pulls you. There's a little scraping of stone and metal, but you manage to get through. And oh no, the machinery that you're crawling on top of, it sags a little bit, not nearly as much as it did for Fearader. You hear like, but you can roll off of it into the tunnel. Okay.
Yes, I made it.
Okay. So It's just Rail left out there now.
No,
And
Okay.
Rail, Reeve, and Kay are all out there.
Oh, Rail. Oh, I forgot about Reeve.
Okay.
Reeve is just like, yoink!
He's kind of just like standing there watching y'all drinking.
Okay, so I'm guessing I'm assisting Rail next.
All right,
Well,
so
I'm
People
going
in
to
plate
say
armor.
Reeve.
Mhm.
I'm not in plate armor.
I like to think that these people
I'm
just.
in a chain shirt. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Part of me wants to imagine this is like Order the Stick with the NPCs, where they only are there once we remember them.
Aw.
Just kind of like,
So, Reeve, why don't you go? I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and cast guidance.
Okay. Try not to sneeze.
So I should have been casting this on all of us, but
So
I
that's
was
a
a little
D4,
slow
right?
on the uptake. That's a plus 1d4.
And I'm helping.
Okay, so that is 8, 24. Okay, that's 25. So Reeve kind of like whoop and just swings himself through like he's going down a slide. Let's see.
Yeah, he doesn't even touch the thing. He just kind of does like a.
He just does a
bar
performance
routine.
check.
Yeah, he like grabs the thing, like Batman slides into it, and then tumbles off to the side. Like he doesn't even touch the machinery.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he does almost like a gymnastics thing and just.
It's like,
and just lands in the tunnel.
huh?
Like, I'm here.
Tight
What's up?
space.
Yeah. Okay.
Say that.
Rail or K? Which one?
All right.
Why don't we get K down here since he doesn't have a way of understanding us if you come, so you can kind of help him from the end and I can help from the head. I'm
Okay, you kind of
transmitting
got
this to
chopped
Rail.
up on my end there. What'd you say?
He wants you to send K down next.
All right. Guidance on K.
Okay.
Go on, puppy.
All right. If someone's helping him, make K's dexterity roll with advantage and at a plus D4.
Okay, that's going to be at least 20. I'm assuming that will work. 22 total.
Okay.
And I started walking forward a little bit to kind of space out between where Griggum is and where we are.
So
Kind of
every,
cut the difference.
so every person that has gone on this, the machinery has like kind of sagged and groaned a little bit, and it doesn't go all the way back up. So Kay kind of like hunks down, climbs on top of it, and as he is fully on top of the thing, the machinery falls out of the holster and just lands loudly next to whoever is like standing next to the machine. Kay is like
That'd be fair, dear.
very tense on the top of it, but
Maybe.
Okay, how far up to the
it was like a 4-foot drop.
Okay. I'm going to get K up to the.
Huh? No, he's in there. He's in there with you.
Oh, okay.
He was on top of the machinery. The machinery fell off of its housing and fell to the floor.
So it's now an 8-foot drop total.
No, it's a 5-foot wide, 8-foot tall tunnel. It dropped about 4 feet. So he's fine. No damage taken. And
Okay.
now
I'm saying per rail. Is rail gonna now?
Oh,
have
yeah, it's
4
now an
feet
8-foot.
initial?
Yeah, it's an 8-foot
Well,
drop.
Okay. So at this point, I think rail's gonna need to throw me a rope. And we're
Or just
probably gonna
climb
have
up
to
the
do a
wall.
rope. I guess an 8-foot fall? Well, yeah, I guess.
That's not even fall damage.
I mean, you would
Yeah.
just carry him like with the lava. That's what I was thinking you would do to begin with. So we didn't put any weight on the housing.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
Is everything all right in there? I heard a loud. Tell me, Kazor.
Machinery.
I
is a
guess I'm
little-
sending that to Faraday.
Like
over
you-
the spies.
Everything's okay, and I'm sending this to.
Outside, you can see like the machinery that everyone has been squirming around and rolling off of just drop. So it's now a
Oh,
wide
dear.
open opening.
Is K
K is okay.
all right?
have a better escape
Mindset's-
route now.
What the? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm going to go through.
Okay, so
I'm gonna
everyone was
take-
having to squeeze through because the machinery was partially in the way. Now that the machinery is out of the way, it's just like maybe a 3 or 4 foot opening, and you just like whoosh, no problem in. But you are dropping 8 feet now.
I'm gonna try to come.
All
catch
right.
up.
I don't suppose I could use my cane to hook the head of the cane over the lip, and then like let myself down.
No, I'm like under him, and I'm like the
if
way
you're
I
gonna catch me,
imagine
then that
it,
should also be all right.
I'm like underneath you, and you're like slowly coming down, and I'm kind of pulling. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Fair Deer,
Yeah.
make me a strength roll, please.
That's gonna be an 18.
18? Yeah, no problem. Like, Rail,
Okay.
you kind of like slip through, hook your thing, and you feel like Fair Deer like kind of grab you and like guide you down.
Teamwork.
Okay. All right then. Shall we?
I'm gonna send a message
And,
to Greg and how you doing?
I'm just standing around waiting for you guys. I was like,
Okay, here we go.
Okay. I'm going to slap Grigam on the back and use Blessing of the Trickster.
I don't think I'm there.
He's like
That
25
was
feet
sending-
farther down.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
it's like-
moving up to him, and
Okay,
I'm
I'm
like
gonna-
coiling up the rope.
Is there enough room for me to
Obviously,
get close enough to Grigam to touch him?
You would have to squeeze past the people that came before you, but yeah.
Just yank Greg back. What? Here, kind
like,
of.
it's not a problem for me to move between you guys because I'm.
Yeah.
kind of-
Grigam, come
I'm
back here
just
for a
being
second.
silly.
Just a
But
second.
anyways, we're going towards Grigum, and I'm coiling up the rope, and we're gonna detach the rope once we get up to him.
All right.
So I undo my rope. It's like-
So 25
and
feet
then
down.
immediately.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh no,
I
I'm
undo
just
my
doing
rope.
math.
Yeah, it's like I undo my rope, and immediately I'm grabbed, and I'm gone. No, I'm kidding.
Do we want a
No.
rope on for safety once we're proceeding?
Not a bad idea. I mean, are we doing this stealthy? Because if we are, I can't exactly see in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Rel
you've
and
got
Ingrid
the
are both-
hooded lantern
Yeah.
that I said I prepped. So it is a hooded lantern.
Are you opening the hood?
I'm leaving
I
that
can
up
always
to him.
produce flame, but
Well, I gave him the lantern when I
That-
prepped it.
Okay. I mean, whoever is. I mean, right now, unless someone has a light source, it's pure dark. Okay, so.
So you don't want? Do you want Reeve to hold the lantern then, Rail? Since you're doing flame.
sure.
Okay, Reeve's got the hooded
Still,
lantern.
All right, he takes the lantern. Like,
still, I'd feel a little bit better if we're a little stealthy about this.
shh, shh.
Okay, but so we're gonna be stealthy, but you're gonna have an open flame.
The light is just like flickering on and off as he opens and closes the hood.
Just utterly fascinated by it.
He's just bored.
Oh dear.
Would you rather he sung instead?
Well, it's like the equivalent of.
I mean,
Now we're in an underground claustrophobic area with the board Rakdos.
please don't bring that up.
I'm gonna ask everybody to be quiet for a second,
Okay.
and I'm going to try to make I guess it would be a perception check to see if I hear anything.
Sure. Go ahead and make it.
Oof. 11.
11. You hear like shh, shh, shh.
Said be quiet.
It's echoing back.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough.
That's why it was farther out and slower and softer.
Okay. Anyways, I guess. So do we want to? I'm gonna say this over the spy's murmur. Do we want to continue?
Okay, so Faraday literally says that out loud as he thinks it to y'all, since y'all are all within about 10 feet of each other.
Hey, I do. Yeah, sure. Why not? Do we want to continue forward?
Well, we're not going to get anywhere if we stand around here all day.
So did you already
Onward.
do the Grigum thing? what you were gonna do?
Okay,
You
so
can come back.
Griggum has
So
Blessing
Oh.
of the Trickster then?
Yes.
Okay, Griggum, you
Yeah,
have
with
advantage
the
on
side.
stealth rolls.
And
Yeah.
do we want to do a safety rope with like 15 feet between us or anything?
Sure.
Think we could probably get by with like 2 ropes between all of us? Way.
Sure.
I mean, it's like, uh,
We don't have to. Just I don't know if y'all want to.
like I have some concerns about fighting like that. Like,
Yeah.
Let's not
I
then.
do too. Let's just try to keep close.
Let's just not get too far away from each other then.
after all,
That
like,
way we can fall in the same pit trap.
the
Oh dear.
bow depends on the arrow depends on the bow, but they are not tied together.
Oh,
They
I
shouldn't
love
be tied
cones.
together. Anyways, okay, so I guess we proceed.
Okay, so y'all continue on down the tunnel. It stays roughly 5 feet wide. It does have a gradual downslope. Y'all go another 50 feet, and by your count, you're into where the building would be. Another 50 feet past that, you're at where above y'all you think y'all start noticing the rubble. Another 25 feet past that, and you know you're past where the collapse was. There are some cracks in the stone wall around here that are showing in the light, but they're not as broad, or they're not clear breaks. They're just like little cracking separations. You continue on another 20, 30, 35, 40 feet and come to a solid steel door with just like nothing etched into it. There's no handholds or anything like that. It just a seam down the middle where it would slide open.
Okay, I'm probably gonna make like a mark on the wall with my chalk.
Okay. What mark? What are you making? Just like a line?
Yeah, just some sort of circle and a line, just something indicating like we came from here.
Okay.
Go this way for escape.
So Faradir begins his graffiti
Excellent.
tagging career.
So they don't have
Okay.
any handles or anything. It's like elevator door kind of
Yeah,
thing, right?
kind of elevator door thing.
I guess perception check to look for a button or something.
All right, go ahead.
Um, 19 for me and lower than that for Watcher this time.
Don't see any buttons, catches, flips, switches, or keystones.
Maybe it's like a kitchen door and you just push it.
Make a strength
Go
check
ahead
as you
and go.
push it.
Oh, I was telling them that.
Oh, okay.
You may as well try to push it.
Okay,
Yep.
we try to push it.
All right.
Okay, who's doing it and who's assisting?
Who has
Uh,
anybody have a strength modifier higher than +1?
Faradir and Rail have the same strength modifier.
Yeah, I can cast guidance.
Okay.
So that's something.
So
Well,
Faradir,
let's do this.
Rail,
Cast
guidance.
guidance and rail assists.
Well,
Okay,
if
so you're
Rail
rolling.
if Rail is casting guidance, he can't assist because he's doing
I
something.
can cast guidance.
Oh,
Right.
right. Yeah, I keep on forgetting you have that.
I'll do guidance because I am not good at pushing on things.
Okay, so whoever is leading this roll, rolls athletics with advantage and add a d4.
And I think that's why before we were having Griggum be our strongest person, but
Unfortunately, like
That's
I'm
gonna be a
not-
5.
Hmm.
advantage.
With advantage and a d4.
Yes, I got a 1 and a 3 on my 20s.
And what was your D4?
A 2.
1,
Oh, right, 1. Right, yeah, because you have.
and I got a 1.
So
on strength.
Faradir kind of like push it. It's not budging.
Okay, all right. It's like
Good effort.
I'm going to try. It's like because it would be funny if I succeeded.
Guidance on
Can I
Griggum too.
assist?
I think
Is
Reeve should
someone going
assist.
to assist
Not
me?
you.
Uh,
Not you.
Okay.
if you want Reeve to assist, he will assist.
All right.
I guess I stand back then.
$19.
19? Okay, so you kind of dig your fingers in and you pull it, and it separates like maybe that much, and then back together. Get your fingers pinched. So something is actively pushing this closed, it seems.
See, maybe
Well, we
an
can't-
investigation to look for like a pulleys or maintenance or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, have we looked for? We haven't
I
really
look for
looked any kind of-
switches, but not mechanisms. or
Reeve kind of
anything.
like, y'all want through?
Yes.
Do y'all mind if it's loud?
Sorry, say that again.
Do you mind
At
if
this
it's
point-
loud?
You're trying, like,
At this point, do we
Yeah.
care?
Oh.
Mm.
yeah, you know what? At this point, it's like we made a lot of noise. It's like,
Let's go for it.
Alright,
Yeah, let's do
I can't
this.
do this too much, but he kind of like moves y'all back a bit. And he like kind of turns to the thing and holds out his hand
knocks.
and snaps his finger and casts Shatter.
Oh, it's like, I thought he was going to cast knock, which would have been equally loud.
So let's see.
But
here.
expensive, actually.
Yeah. It makes its con save. Okay. Oh wait, no, disadvantage. Okay. Whew. Almost embarrassed himself there.
Our showman? That would have been bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have recovered from that.
Don't worry, we'll cover for him.
Oh dang. 2 8s. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright. So he holds out his finger and hand, he snaps, and when he snaps there's no sound from it. And the door like starts shaking, vibrating, and then dents inward badly. Like a percussive force just slammed into it. That's a little embarrassing. Didn't open all the way. Sorry, guys. Sorry. And he kind of nudges him back. He's like, maybe now?
And she pats him on the shoulder. No, it was still like super impressive.
Yeah. Actually, first, I'm gonna like hold up my hand, like shh, and I want to make another perception check.
Guidance
Assuming-
this time.
And like I'm gonna wait for any echoes of the blast to die down, obviously.
Okay.
But see if there's any, if I can hear anything.
Guidance failure.
Go ahead and roll with guidance then.
Because now I know what he's doing when he tells us to be quiet.
It's gonna be a 9.
You hear like a in the background.
Sorry, 10, but yeah.
10? Oh, okay, that's totally different. You hear a in the background as the booming sound echoes through the place.
I said I waited for that to die down.
There's a lot of echoes.
Okay.
I'd say we keep
And it's a
moving
pretty
along
loud. Well, I mean,
You gonna give prying it open another shot now that it's pushed in?
it
Yeah,
looks
do
pretty
we have
foobarred.
Crowbar?
I think we actually do.
I believe someone bought a crowbar from Bezel because they were having issues.
Yeah, because he did the burglars thing. Because I just wanted like a crowbar, and we got the
Seems
whole
like
kit.
This would be a good time for a
Yeah.
crowbar.
Okay,
Crowbar just gives you advantage on strength rolls without needing someone to help you.
crowbar and guidance to Grigum.
Okay, all right. So that's what, a D4 for him?
D4 and advantage.
Yeah, it's like okay. So yeah, that's a 22 with a natural 20.
Nice. Like, where the door has been just, like, dented in, you kind of put the crowbar into, like, one of the openings and just, like, pop, and, like, the door just goes into a room past the door. The other door kind of like stays and then loses its support and falls in after the other one. And I am going to transition y'all now.
Are we gonna take a break?
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess should we take a break or should I before or after I transition y'all? What y'all think?
Leave us in suspense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take the break.
You won't know.
And
Okay.
Ingrid will get the crowbar back and dutifully put it away on her
Yeah, it's
inventory.
Like, it just, the door collapses and Grigum's like,
Okay, I'll file that.
Okay, so we are going to go on a break. I hope everyone has been enjoying the show. I've been having a lot of fun. I hope you all have been too.
yeah.
We will be doing a giveaway. If you would like to enter, the instructions will appear in the chat. We'll be giving away this set of dice. I got tired of trying to give away the blue and gold dice and no one entering, so I'm going to try and give these away so no one will enter. I'm kidding. Please enter, though. We can only ship to people within the United States right now, so only within the United States are available. This is only available to people within the United States or people who have an address within the United States that something can be sent to. Because I have been assuming that people can't get P.O. boxes previously. Anyway, we will be back in about 15 minutes. We're going to stretch our legs, get something to drink, get a snack, and you should do the same after you enter this contest.
Yep.
Oh, they moved it. Where's that? Okay.
See y'all in a... Okay, because I need to stretch my legs. Ow, 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 ow.
We're still live.
Well, shoot.
Okay, there we go. Now it's started. Woo! Okay, bye. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
And we are back. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that little bit of a delay. Delay. Okay, no.
Copyright.
Oh, right. Nope, I didn't say anything. So, we left off. Y'all were having trouble with the door. Reeve blasted it off of its hinges as much as possible, and Grigum finished the job. So, now I get to show y'all the new map.
I need to launch the Roll20.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, while you're launching the Roll20,
Nifty.
go ahead and move where y'all would enter. Y'all are entering in this southern area. I didn't set the door up to be blasted off of its hinges because things did not go as I anticipated. And as soon as everyone's figure is in there, I will give y'all the room description. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. A 5-foot tall pillar fills in the center of this room, dominates the area. On top of the pillar is a complex-looking device made out of museum and crystal. 6 holes in the floor are along. 6 holes in the floor run along either side of the pillar. Wires and cabling run from each of the openings in the floor to a wall with a large sealed. My brain is shutting down. Sorry, I took a break and I stopped. A large sealed vault door. Scattered throughout the room are large, roughly 4 feet long. Roughly 2 feet long, 4 feet in diameter cylinders. Wait, I did that backwards. Sorry, 4 feet long, 2 feet in diameter. Yeah, here you go.
So I guess the first thing to do is to try to test if these wires are alive.
Okay.
How do you do
Like
that?
listen for humming and stuff. And then if you're not sure, you the crew told me you take your hair and you put it kind of near one and you see if it curls.
Sure.
So I'm going to listen for humming.
So there's literally 2 party members that are not bald.
I don't know if I want
Which is
to.
K.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to trust my hair to this.
So Ingrid's going to approach the cabling.
And listen for humming first.
Alright, go ahead and approach the cabling and then make your dice roll. It'll be a perception.
Watcher got 15. I got 10.
10? Okay. You don't hear any humming or anything like that. Oh, wait.
Okay.
So it doesn't appear to be active?
It does not appear to be active.
Appearances can be deceiving, but
Just in case, I'll put the tip of my ponytail near the wires.
No
You
reaction.
could just brush K and get some loose fur, Pretty sure the same concept
Reaction?
applies.
No reaction.
Oh, no reaction. Okay. I don't think they're live. Best guess. Best guess is these aren't live. So our goal is to get to the other door. I guess we should see if it's locked. Just, to check so we don't accidentally lock it or something.
I mean, sure.
You have figurines?
Yeah.
I'm going to go up to there.
I'm gonna follow.
I'm
I'm
just
going
gonna-
to jump.
I'm going to
Alright,
investigate this thing.
Is this under the floor, or do you actually have to?
It's
jump
cables running along the floor.
this?
And I'm going to
Cautious.
visually check for traps around the door.
Alright, make a perception check. Yeah, it's just a 5-foot step over them. They're not, hanging in the air or anything like that.
Non-natural, actually I think 19 for me and 21 for Watcher.
Okay,
I
so
think I had our bonuses backwards, yeah.
the cabling runs into a bracket on the wall on either side. You do not see any traps on the door. Griggum, what were you saying? I think you said something.
All right.
Can you hear us?
Sorry, who are you talking to? Was that me?
Griggum. Testing.
I just lost Gyarados.
Okay.
Oh, now I gotcha.
Yes, I can hear you. I've been hearing you the entire time. What?
He said that he didn't hear what you said, and then they've been asking you to repeat it.
All I said was I'm going over here and looking at this.
Okay.
That was it.
Sorry,
that was
I didn't
a
hear
long
what you
time
were-
ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody went silent for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I was waiting my turn. That was all.
No problem.
the cylinder is about 2 foot in diameter, 4 feet long. I couldn't make these any smaller and make them visible. Sorry. There is a handhold set on one end. They are as silvery red metal.
All right. Interesting.
I'm going to check for current on the door with my hair again.
Okay. Roll for current.
Just a straight roll for
I
if there's
have no idea what to roll. How do you roll for this? I didn't.
I put hair near and it either curls or it doesn't.
Okay,
right?
it doesn't curl.
Okay, I'm going to check the door to see if it's actually locked.
Okay. You kind of grip the door handle
Anything.
wheel, and it. Nope, not turning.
Okay, guys, it's definitely locked.
Okay. These things in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm. The center one is a
They're,
pillar.
socket?
Those three on either side of the pillar is a socket that goes down into the ground.
Well, I see 6 tubes and I see 6 sockets. On the other
I
hand,
want to investigate the tube, or I guess this would be perception really, but I'm looking for any sort of markings on the tube.
Go ahead and roll perception for me.
That's going to be a 23.
There are a couple scrape marks along the side of them, traveling up and down the length of them. And there is a handle grip at the top of one end.
And the bottom,
Is
the
flat.
non-handle grip side, looks like it could fit into the socket, yes.
Yeah, it looks like roughly it would fit down into there.
alright.
Okay. Well,
So,
how...
I think it seems...
Can I test how heavy these pillar things are?
You would have to grab it and pick it up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sort of like very gingerly so that if it's too heavy, I immediately set it down.
Okay.
That makes sense.
You grab the handle and immediately take 8 points of fire damage as you grab hot metal.
Okay.
What were you saying, Rail? Because I know you got interrupted.
Right, I was thinking, well, one, there are 6 sockets and 6 tubes, so I think that implies something. I'm concerned about what may happen, how those tubes got unplugged if they were plugged into these holes in the first place.
Also, they are very hot. Do not touch.
Alright, maybe don't touch that barehanded.
Yeah.
You can see that Faraday's hand is like burned, like bubbly burned.
Fair,
And how long has it
Faraday,
been
are you alright?
since we got here?
Yeah, this
I'm
has
a
been
little-
like maybe 4 minutes of walking around, looking at and poking hair at machinery.
I mean, like, since we got here, I'm counting down on my spell.
Oh, here as in this location, or?
Yeah. Probably a few minutes.
Let's see here. You cast it before y'all went in, so walk down there. It's been about maybe 25, 30 minutes.
Okay.
What do I need to do to, like, take care of my hand?
Like, it's burned, so you can do basic treatment with a medical kit. You're not taking ongoing damage, you're not bleeding out, so it's assumed that, like, you let go of it and you do basic care of, like, you know, cleaning it off and wrapping it, if you take the time.
Unless you're
Fire
healing yourself
hot.
or
Do so.
something.
Too many people were talking at once.
I said unless he's healing himself or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Where is my... I need a generic token for Reeve. Did not think y'all would take him with you. That's my fault.
Yeah, so I'm
Can I stand
the
like in the
bandage it,
same
clean it.
space as the wires?
Okay, one person at a time?
Faraday, you go.
I'm just basically gonna take the time to bandage it, clean it, the burn.
Okay.
Okay. I was curious whether can I stand in the same space as these wires? Like,
Yeah,
is that
you
okay?
can. Yeah, they're just wires laying on the ground, but they run from each of the brackets.
All right. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that pillar.
It's
What's it look like?
It's a 5-foot tall pillar. At the top of it is a complex-looking device. It's made out of metal and crystal. This will be
Right,
Hold,
can I make any heads or tails of it? What it might do? What it might contain?
Make an intelligence roll. This will be a temporary.
Not investigation.
You can't really
Okay.
get up and handle it. Actually, no. Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation roll.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Yes.
Okay.
You can guide
So
yourself.
investigation with guidance. Ooh, that is a 23.
Okay. It looks like it's connected into the pillar itself, not just set on top of it. It's clearly some sort of mechanical contraption, though you can't really estimate its purpose, as it's not connected to anything other than the pillar.
Well, I would say that a socket is meant to be filled. Unfortunately, I'm not fireproof.
Well, I mean, how hot exactly was it? How much did it seem like it weighed? I guess is a good question.
Faraday didn't get a great thing on it. Basically, he grabbed it, immediately burned himself, and let go, but it felt fairly heavy. It would probably be 2 people carrying it at least.
I'm gonna go out here and I'm going to hold a piece of rope along the side of it and see if the rope burns.
Okay.
Excellent idea.
The rope starts scorching a little from the heat.
Okay, but like we'd have a little time probably.
It's like you hold it, the rope against it, next to it, and it starts to like scorch and brown, but it doesn't immediately catch fire.
Okay, I'm going to actually check. Are all of the tubes like this? Are they all very hot?
Like it didn't feel hot until Faraday grabbed it.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, so the one I went to,
Like,
it was hot though when I went to it.
When the rope was in contact with it, the rope started scorching.
So guys, you want me to loop some rope through the handle and see if we can do this or not?
Sure.
Okay, so Faraday, what I need you to do is you get ready with another length of rope when I get near the end. I'm gonna pull it over near there. And when the bottom crosses the opening, I want you to loop a piece of rope around it and use your second rope to guide it while we lift it.
The handle was hot too.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do rope on the handle and pull it over like to here because it's 4 feet. So
damage, like instead
and
of
then him loop like when we're here. Let's see if I can ping. Have him loop as it goes down to help guide it when I lift up. And theoretically, they're all metal, so maybe if the rope burns while I'm doing that, it's okay. But I'm not going to do like a knot or anything. I'm just going to loop it through and grab it.
Seems
This
worth
is
a try.
this is why we need 50 feet of chain.
The chain would be useful too. Well, the question is,
I think chain would not be the best
Hey,
material.
you're ready, Fair Deer.
Yes.
Don't get off topic here. This takes timing. You've got your rope out.
Yes.
Okay. Guidance
Okay.
on me. I'm going to take
I'll
the rope.
cast guidance on Faraday.
I'm going to take the rope through the handle on the one that I was by.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the one I was by.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a safe step back from these rods.
And I'm going to take the rope through the handle, and I'm going to drag it to here.
Okay. So that is 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
And then once he gets ready to loop the end to help guide it, I'm going to lift up on the rope.
8. Okay, so the rope, as you feed it through the handle and grip, it starts searing and smoking and burning. You drag it. Make me a strength or an athletics check.
That'll be a great check. Okay. I kind of almost want to go back to my old dice for this. Okay, 4.
4. It's like you get it like maybe half of the way before the rope like catches fire and with a burns through and snaps.
Okay, so we leave this one to cool. But let's work on a different one.
Okay, so that one is I don't have a. I don't have half of my things here anymore.
Okay, so this other one is really close. Anyone want to help me drag it?
So, draw shape. Draw shape. There we go. This one, the one in the upper right, is roughly here now. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Anyone
another.
want to help me drag?
I mean, I guess I'm the obvious person, but then I can't help you with that stage 2 thing.
A part of me wants to just dump water on these things, but I don't think that's going to do us any good.
It is worth it. Try.
We can soak the rope in water.
How much water do we have?
Ingrid takes the rope and sets it against her cold armor.
I'm afraid I didn't prepare create water today.
Make me an arcane check.
Like
16.
I don't think that's how that works.
It shouldn't really work when you're holding against your armor, and then you have an idea, and you just like kind of thwap yourself with the rope, and the frost. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, that'll just do hit point damage to the rope, won't it?
It'll freeze it.
Okay, I'll try it then.
You kind of thwap yourself with the rope, and a spray of frost comes off and kind of settles on the rope, and the rope feels like semi-frozen now.
Okay, anyone want to help me pull?
I'll help. It's like,
Okay, so me and Griggum are going to pull it this time, and Fairtear's going to guide it. And Rail's going to watch the device for any changes.
Okay, make an athletics check with advantage since you're being helped.
Are you sure you don't want to
Good luck.
lead pulling this, Griggum?
like I have a +1. What do you?
I have a
-2.
-1.
Wait.
-1.
Okay, I'll lead it.
Wow.
Like, so advantage +1. Like I didn't get guidance, so 13. Like
13. Like the rope starts smoking and burning as you, Gregum, like grabs it and y'all work together to pull it. You move about 5 feet, and then another 5 feet, and then you kind of get it right to the edge, and then tip it in and let go of the rope. And really.
Oh dear. What's going on?
I am out of practice with Roll20. The rod slips into the place, and there is.
Oh, we were going for the middle one.
Oh, then I did have it in the right place, and
Yeah.
I grumble. It slips into place, falls down, slides into the socket, maybe an extra foot deeper, and then a lid closes up over the top of it.
let's hope that
Neat.
these actually are good ones and not, tossed out because they were bad.
I mean, I don't exactly see any replacements, and we're slightly trapped in here. So,
You can go back the
Pity.
way y'all came, but you can't go forward.
well,
Yeah.
that's better.
I'm gonna go double
any
check the door and see if there's any change there.
any change in the pillar or no?
Nope.
Okay, so you know what? Since everyone else seems to have the moving things strategy pretty much down,
As long as
I'm
we have
going to
rope.
start. Well, I have, I think, 50 feet of rope as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would need to double check.
I'm burning the
I do not.
46-foot one,
Mm-hmm.
but we have another 50-foot from the burglar's kit too
Yeah.
that I'm
And
holding.
I've got 50 feet.
All right.
I do.
I'm going to start prepping Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll take Rail out of action for a little bit, unfortunately.
All right.
So
But it
I
gives us
guess.
something while we do this.
So I
And
guess we just let Grigum run the next check with me helping, and we use the cold rope again to make it last a little longer.
Okay.
guess we'll just keep doing this. And it's like, no other bonuses other than just aiding. It's like,
I mean, unless y'all two pull, then I can give guidance.
I mean, I could, but I thought my job was
Yeah.
getting it in.
yeah, no, okay, we got this. It's like, next one, we've got a total of 20. It's like,
All right. So is that the one that Ingrid was pulling on earlier, or the one that's the lower point on the right-hand side?
let's get the lower one in.
All right, and y'all going to the closest one on that one? All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the rope starts, the frost has started to burn off with the last one, and so the rope starts scorching. Y'all move quickly, though, and just as the rope is starting to burn through, you tip the rod into the socket. It falls down with a and then the lid closes in on over it.
All right.
Really? What is
So we
with
got
this thing?
2.
All right. Prep that rope again. It's like,
Yep. Another burst of icy rope.
Okay, so Ingrid goes.
People are gonna think I'm the cleric.
I think we ought to get these two next, since they seem
I'm happy to share.
he's got a point. We probably should move on to those. It's like,
Okay, yeah, go to whichever one you want to pull, and I'll follow you over.
over here.
this one over here.
All right. It's like, yeah, let's do that. And it's like,
Okay.
and
So, with a freshly refrosted length of rope,
anything else? Or are you just
well, Ingrid's helping you,
Just
so she
reminding us.
can't cast.
Okay.
And
No, I know. You just sounded like you were mid-sentence.
oh, nope,
No, that was just the full sentence. It's like,
full stop.
all right. Wow, this is a really good pair of numbers, but we'll take the 18 for a total of 19.
All right, y'all drag it over, tip it in, and really,
And it falls on rail.
every single time. All right.
Dang, blast your horse, Steven.
Ka-chunk.
Yep.
So I guess this one, or you want to take the lower one?
No, the one up top. Let's get the ones that are closest first so that we burn through the least amount of rope, and and then
Yeah,
we'll
that's
deal
what I
with
was
the
thinking,
further
and
ones
then we-
next. It's like, another 19.
You kind of haul this one. The rope is starting to scorch again as the cold burns off, and tip it into position. And with a clunk, and I get mad at roll 20, and the lid seals into place over the thing. You can start to see now like a little trail of electrical current crackling along the pillar, and the clockwork in it starting to like twitch.
Everyone's got your wooden shoes on, right?
I think maybe we
Clop,
should
clop,
finish
clop,
this one.
Clop, clop, clop.
Yeah, the one.
Would
over
that
there.
make this sabotage?
Sabotage.
Okay, freshly frosted rope.
I'm sorry, but we're not a band.
Band of bards.
Sabo. Sabat, whatever.
We're not Beastie Boys.
Campaign
Okay.
2, all bards.
That would be friggin' fantastic. It's like,
They're just basically like,
I feel like all rogues would be more fun.
You have
though.
inspiration. You have inspiration. You have inspiration.
I would totally play an all rogue party.
like, I'm the tank, I'm the healer, I'm the spellcaster.
And there's a lot of rogue specializations too.
Oh, same for
Yeah.
same for bards.
Yeah,
Same
we're
for
starting to get
clerics,
up there
even.
now.
It's like, same for clerics. We should run a game just called Amen. Anyway,
Joe Cut would probably sue us, but I would be fine with that.
true. Unless we just write it out as oh, never mind. Okay, here we go. That's an 18.
18. All right. So the rope refrosted thanks to Zizva. Thanks to Ingrid. Wow, I am just falling apart. Y'all drag them out, like scrapes, and you can see like smoke wisps starting to come up off of the rope. But really, you're not even placing it now. I can't place it where I want it.
there.
Roll.
Roll 20.
Yeah.
The next
There it
best alternative
goes.
to nothing. Because I didn't want to do this theater of the mind. Alright. So, with this next one in, another, like, electrical current starts charging up the, pillar, and you can see the wheels inside the machine starting to turn, a faint red glow coming from inside of it.
Hey, Rel, do you want us to wait till you're done for the last one?
He's about halfway through.
How long has it taken us?
You're about 5 minutes into this ritual cast.
Okay, if you don't mind taking 5.
I think that'd probably be a good idea. That way, if something weird's going on, you can kind of sense it. But if we start hearing anything that makes us think we're pressed for time, Grigum does have the detect magic wand.
Fair enough.
Oh, anyone want some of the mushroom bar?
Sorry, needed some tea.
I'll take some.
Tea, Earl Grey, hot.
Okay, so she hands out a little bit of like the mushroom ration bar and seasons it.
Okay.
Not an official short break, but hey.
So, like 5 minutes to let the rope cool off. Rail finishes the incantation for detect magic as a ritual. The items that you knew were magic start glowing. The remaining column begins glowing, as does the bottle on Reeve's belt, as well as the 2 magician rings that he's holding.
All right, what was in that bottle again?
That's the bottle that he had the barkeep fill up for him.
Interesting. So I'm going to just check what school of magic is that remaining pillar?
The remaining pillar, the remaining tube, or the pillar in
Sorry,
the center?
remaining. Sorry, did you say the tube and the pillar are magical, or just the tube?
Both are. Both are glowing, as is
Both are.
the apparatus at the top of the pillar.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to take. It's an action apiece, so I'll just
Yeah.
take the time to figure out what school are the pillar, the column, the pillar, the tube, the device, and the bottle.
Okay. The bottle is transmutation. The column is transmutation as well. The rod, the tube, whatever you want to call it, is evocation, and the device at the top is giving off multiple auras of different magics.
The tube is evocation, you said, or the column is evocation?
The column, the pillar, is transmutation. The tube, the thing that they've been hauling across, is evocation.
Interesting. And some kind of like a teleporter would be
Transportation.
Conjuration.
Conjuration, yes.
Right. So this isn't going to teleport something in here.
Well, you want to
Right.
give him guidance for the last one?
Sure. And I'm just saying, if I wind up walking out of here with a tail, I promise not to blame any of you.
Oh, what if you get like horns or something?
As long as I can still wear my hat.
Okay.
I think I'd look dashing with horns.
I make no comment.
So recoldifying the rope.
Twit. You got about maybe 25 minutes left on your spell now.
Sounds about right.
Really?
I mean, probably 20. But yeah.
Okay. So you go thwip, and then I assume you and Grigum are going to haul it back to the socket.
Yeah.
Yes. Rolling. Ooh.
And you got guidance,
not-
right?
Down.
Did you give me guidance? I was like,
Yeah. You got guidance
Yeah,
this
alright.
time.
okay.
Oh, you okay?
Yes, I'm
What the
okay.
heck was that? Sounded like shattering glass on my end.
No, just on my desk. It's like, not in my dice box, so I had to re-roll that. And
The bonus roll is not responsible for any hospital trips.
so
Don't try
yeah,
this at home,
total,
kids.
a total of 15. It's like
15?
13 plus 1 plus 1.
Okay. So, with like a little grunt, it's this one really? Has a little banging on the side as it falls down into the socket, but just like the previous one, and snaps closed above it. There's like a heartbeat or two of nothing, and then you hear this kind of grinding, clicking sound coming from the top of the pillar as the device starts glowing and pulsing with a bright orangey red light, and you hear a online Museum Foundry 182,114. Please state identity and present permission.
Maintenance crew, quick, show them your coin. Show them your coin, Gregum.
State agency.
Make a persuasion check.
With advantage for symbolism?
I said maintenance crew.
You-
Does that
you
give
have-
him advantage?
Ingrid's helping you. You have advantage.
Okay, alright. How long does guidance last?
Like literally 6
One-
seconds.
One
Okay.
action.
One action. Gotcha. Like, and it was persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Because you're not
Good.
you're not trying to deceive it. You're just like, "Hi, we're this."
Yeah. Like, and we got ourselves a 14.
14 is like a
Could have been worse.
clicking sound. Before this huge fireball detonates from the center of the device. I need everyone to make a dexterity save.
Oh, crap.
Yay! My good one. The ultimate one.
8.
8.
I feel like I should switch back dice.
I think
13.
Okay.
maybe 13.
Okay.
23.
25.
25. Do you have
Nice.
evasion? I don't think you have
I'm
evasion
gonna
yet.
double check that. I'm gonna double check
Sneaky
that.
goblin.
Do
I'm gonna go back
monks
to
even
my.
have evasion anymore? Like,
Yes,
I think they
but I
get it
don't
at
know
some
if
point.
I don't remember what level you get it in.
Checking now.
But yeah, I don't have evasion.
Okay. If you rolled,
It is a seventh level ability.
okay.
Uh-huh.
If you rolled 13 or higher, you take 9, 10, 13 damage. If you rolled 12 or lower, you take 26 damage.
Oh dear.
I
Fire.
am in the 26
13
category.
damage? It's like
hmm
1, 3 subtracted. It's like,
Okay, so my armor
And
takes
that
10,
just filled
right?
the
Yes.
whole room.
The armor is vaporized after that, though.
Is Case in the range?
The whole room.
no, in the fire.
No, like it fills the whole room. Like,
No, but I heard.
oh wait, 20 feet. Hold on.
I heard.
5,
Yeah, I
10,
heard-
15, 20. Yeah, no, K is out of range.
Yeah,
I was
Reed
about
would
to
stay by
say.
the door, right?
Yeah. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, like K is just outside of it. So is Reeve.
Okay, so I think I'm at 19.
Okay.
Oh dear. That's not good. Does it say anything
Inflammability
else, or does it
just
just
passed.
blow us up?
Okay, good. We need the door open.
Warning. Warning. Deeper level functions offline. Unsealing door. There's a as of steam as the door pushes off away from the wall a little bit.
Can a person still get through the door?
It unlocked.
Yeah.
Do we want to rest here for a short rest?
Does this
Or-
thing still look active?
It's still active.
Mm.
You can hear it occasionally, like
Or do we want to go through? Maybe go through?
I mean, I can down a healing potion and move on. And like,
We could go through and then take a short rest if there's nothing on the other side to handle.
If
Yeah,
there's
but
nothing on the
what
other
if
side.
there is something on the other side to handle?
we down healing potions and call it a day. So let's move on.
welcome
I'm
to the
more-
dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Okay.
go. We don't know how long the door will stay open, so
All right. In
Yeah,
that case,
let's go
I
through.
am going to cast Pass Without Trace
Okay.
on the party. So for the next hour, we have a +10 to stealth,
Okay.
and can't be tracked except by magic. In addition, I'm going to use what's it called? Blessing of the Trickster on Griggum again.
do you want to do that now, or do you want to wait till we do a short rest?
Oh,
If
well,
we do one outside the
uh,
door, because then it would just be inactive.
Especially if y'all take an hour rest.
Yeah,
Fair
let's
enough.
do
Okay,
that.
so let's short rest first.
Get through the door.
Get through the door, see what we see, and either do potions or a short rest once we know what's there.
Okay, I think let's do that then.
All right. So you'll enter into the next room. Floor lights along tiles along the floor with lights on them illuminate the room. On either side are two large, what look like boilers. Between you and the boilers are on either side are 3 coils of cabling, the end of which glow and spark softly. And 3 cable slots on either side of the pathway are about 10 feet away from the cable line. As you enter the room, you can
Which
hear...
door did we just?
Did I not transition? Can y'all see the room?
I
Yeah.
see the room.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I see it.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
move yourselves
See
in.
the room.
Where's
Which Which
Y'all
door do we
entering
just
at the
come in
southern
through?
end.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the tiny door compared to the huge, fragging off big doors over
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
And it's
So we
weird, the
got
door that y'all
4
came
doorways.
through, that door was larger, but the door that you exit out of is smaller. As you go through
Oh,
it, you
dear.
feel this kind of like tingle. Now, I think someone said they were casting a spell.
Uh,
I think we're going to do a short break and then
Okay.
a spell.
Okay.
Or a short rest.
You
well,
hear
short rest and then
a idly in the
more
background.
clicking. Oh dear. This place seems interesting.
So
And
short
also
rest,
dangerous.
yes or no, everyone?
We jam the door
Open or
I understand.
closed?
Take a short rest.
open.
Yeah, probably. Do you have pentons or anything you use as a jam?
They didn't have a climbing kit. We got the burglar kit, so not so much, I don't think.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure the burglar kit has pittons for breaking in.
You could wedge something into the door
I-
itself to keep it from closing.
Apparently, I still have a
went
spare
in.
quarterstaff, so I think I got rid of that though.
Oh yeah, there's pittons.
Okay. So yeah, you can just like drive 2 metal spikes into the thing.
Let's do that. Make sure that door stays open so that we have a route out.
Faraday, do the electrical test first. Just like you said, you wanted to use some of Kay's hair. Test for electricity, and then she hands him the hammer and pittons. And check these back with me for inventory management when you're done.
I do all that.
Okay, so you're wedging pitons into the door frame. As you do so, warning, security process is interrupted.
Probably should not do that.
And let's get away from the doorway. Like, out of the immediate...
Smart. This thing identified itself as some kind of forge?
I mean, I don't think we really needed the pittons, but we've got them now, so yeah, let's go up here then for a short
I don't
rest. Or
want to get-
It said
I'm good here.
what it said was Museum Foundry 182,114.
Let's just try to take our short rest.
Museum.
All right.
That sounds vaguely familiar to me.
Misium is the arcane metal that's used by a lot of Izzets. It's actually incorporated into the head and butt of your staff, as well as into Faraday's crossbow.
Are you saying that his staff has a butt implant?
Yes. It's a spike.
Okay then.
I was gonna say, does this mean that my staff was Izzet made?
It clearly has some Izzet manufacture to it.
I rolled for short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you take a short rest, you can spend hit dice to regain hit points if you've taken damage.
I am
Everyone
using
has.
3 of my 4 hit dice.
Okay.
So 2d8 plus 6 for me. If anyone still needs healing, I can toss it out, but I'm not that
I'll do.
flush with spells yet.
I'll drop. It took 13, so I'll drop 2 dice on that.
Okay. So
Because I took full on it, so I'm using up 3, but my armor absorbs some of it, luckily.
So y'all spend an hour to like just treat your wounds, have a little snack, stuff like that. Periodically throughout the time you'll hear.
And I guess after it, then you're going to do the
Well,
pass without trace.
once we leave this, because I don't see an exit from this room that we can go
There's
through.
a doorway on the left and the right-hand side.
Right, but those are closed, aren't they?
They are both closed. No one has checked to see if they're locked.
All right. And what did you say the things on the floor were?
There's lighting tiles along the floor, each of them emitting like a soft bluish white light. There is 3 coils of cable on either side of the door y'all came in that appear to be adjacent to 3 couplings in the floor about 10 feet away from them.
And as soon as our rest is over, I go ahead and put my armor back on again, since it's been useful.
You're casting the armor of Agathis again?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
Okay. That one's on the side. 13.
13? Okay. 1 second. Let me see what that does. Or things can be slow. Roll me a D10 now, please.
1.
1. Okay. So, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so y'all watch as Ingrid breathes out that cold frost that you've seen. Her eyes like get a little glassy for a second, and she walks to the door that y'all just came through, out the door, into the previous room, and then back into the room. Ingrid, you just kind of blank out for a couple seconds, and then you're back in the room.
I look a little confused, but I'm back where I was, so...
Also left the room.
Did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Warning,
What did you
arcane
cast?
link detected. Please exercise caution.
I do a Arcana check here.
On the floor tile?
Like, yeah.
Alright, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
That's going to be 19.
19. The floor tile appears to be receiving power from somewhere not visible. You can assume that there's cables running to it, but it's clearly like a light panel. You've seen Izzet use light panels in some of their facilities or in some higher upper echelon pricing places. It's fancy lighting.
Okay. I'm going to take a chance. This thing can detect this room, whatever it is, so help?
How may I help you?
Who are you? Where is this? And I don't suppose you know where you can find a drink around here, do you?
Museum Foundry, 182,114. Museum Foundry, 182,114. No.
Damn. All right. I don't suppose you know what room we're currently in, do you?
Power Relay Station 1.
Condition of power relay station 1. I was like,
Offline, power disconnect.
what does it connect to? I was like,
Power Relay Station 1 directs power from fire rod reactor to deeper levels of the foundry.
okay.
Fire rod reactor status.
Fire rod reactor charges 1 through 6, stable and running.
The ones we set up, so this room routes the power deeper. So if we want to go deeper, we need to get Relay Station 1 online. Maintenance steps for Relay Station 1 online, please, sequential.
Cabling must be reconnected to couplings. Caution, Cables detected as powered on.
Oh, right. We seem to have misplaced our security information. I don't suppose we could get our credentials somehow.
Higher functions are disabled until power has been restored to deeper levels.
Blast. All
You
right.
don't get our credentials.
Does each side go to one door, or do all of them power to go to the lower part?
Each side... oh, hold on. Bleh, I lost the voice. Relay Station 1 needs to be fully operational before doors can be unsealed.
Okay.
Ah.
All right then. Like, let's get to
Well,
work.
you said you have an extra quarterstaff, right?
These cables are
That was out
powered
of character,
on.
like, and
Okay.
I think that was traded out. Like, I had a core staff to begin with. Then I got the staff of the drunkard or whatever it was.
The
Like,
But I
drunkard
don't
staff.
think you ever like.
yeah.
Like,
So
so
I don't know what
maybe-
happened to the second staff.
You should
I
still
think
have
you
it.
still legitimately have it.
So if I still have it, and like, yes, we can make use of that thing. Like,
All right. So these.
Okay, I thought that was an in-game comment, so
yeah, no,
So
it
at
was out of
the south end of the room, these are cables, and then there are sockets to the north.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a misunderstanding.
3 tiles up, it looks like.
Yes. And everything here looks like it's in good repair. Like stuff's not going to start exploding if we plug it in or anything.
You don't see anything that appears damaged. There's no real scorch marks or anything like that.
However, he said, well, the contraption did say that the cables were live. It's like,
That is true.
which, that's probably our fault for hooking up the generator first before plugging everything in. It's like, but then again, we really didn't really have a choice. And I was like,
You couldn't get
mean-
through the door without.
We could ask if they'd make them not live, if it's an option, right? I mean,
could ask. It's like,
Izium 182, 114.
Online.
Could you set cable 1 as currently power offline until further notice?
Power interrupt.
Really? Well, that's very helpful.
Okay, which one's cable 1?
So who wants to be the one to touch it? And which one is it?
Power
we're
interrupt
gonna have to wait for
disrupted.
confirmation.
Resuming power flow.
What happened? It's like,
Command failed, basically.
uh,
It didn't fail. It just.
I mean,
Expired.
we could remove a canister. I don't think that's a great idea, though, so don't listen to me.
If we remove the canister, the door's going to try to shut.
Well, I mean, can it try to shut if there's no power?
Remember that when y'all put the canisters in, a lid sealed up
They
over
lock.
the canisters.
yeah.
Okay.
So removal is going to be a problem and a half. It's like, especially since we aren't
Slightly.
Izzet members in any way.
So the cables are bundled, right?
Yeah.
And they
Cable's
have a
labeled.
matching socket pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a way we can worm the quarterstaff through the middle of the bundles?
Or maybe a rope.
And is there anything to say which cable goes to which socket?
There is nothing that says which cable goes to which socket. The cables are kind of coiled and half retracted into the wall. So there is clearly a section of the cable that is out that is grabbable, but there's not enough cable section there to go all the way to the plug. It clearly is retracted some.
Alright,
But
and
I
there's
mean,
no
is it like
handle.
one cable or a bunch of cables and they're wrapped?
It's spoiled or spooled.
Okay, so there's not like a bunch where you could stick a quarterstaff in the middle.
No.
It's just a roll of cable. I was like,
Yeah.
You said there's not enough to go to the.
Mage hand. Let's see how heavy they are.
All right. You're
Let me go to one of the end ones. I'll take that one and try mage hand, and I'll back up to here.
okay. So you kind of like nudge up next to Kay.
Yeah. Kay, move. I'm going to pull it across here.
The mage hand kind of grips the thing and pulls a little, and the cable comes off of the housing. It extracts a little, but your mage hand can't put enough force to pull it all the way out, it seems.
Anyone else have mage hand?
I do not, unfortunately. That would be handy to have.
Right. I forgot. You cast a spell. Roll me a D100, please.
Okay. 98.
98. You regain any expended spell slots.
Cool.
Oh wait, no, 98, not 99. Sorry. You're surrounded. You hear this like.
I wanted my spell slot back.
Sorry. You're surrounded by faint ethereal music. It lasts for about a minute.
Okay.
Is
So Mage Hand won't do it alone, and Reeve doesn't have Mage Hand, right?
No. Warning. Arcane leak detected. Please exercise caution.
Is there a concern about arcane?
I guess we would roll arcane. Like,
No, like I'm asking that.
You're addressing the machine?
like in character.
Arcane leaks can cause wow, I lost my ability to think. Arcane leaks can cause unpredicted reactions. Please exercise caution.
What about divine?
Unknown quantity.
So, quarterstaff.
yes, quarterstaff here.
And I'm going to tap the cord with the quarterstaff and see if I explode. Ingrid understands a little bit about electricity, but not a whole lot.
You tap it, and there's the cable jumps from where your mage hand pulled it out and then dropped it. And it kind of sparks a little when the cable tip touches the metal canister next to it.
Okay. All right.
From the wooden quarterstaff?
From the cable.
Okay.
You tap the cable.
Yeah.
The cable jumped, and the cable tip tapped against the metal canister next to it and caused a spark.
Now here's the question: what happens if you touch the cable, not the tip of it?
Okay.
You touch
Commencing where it's kind of stretched out now from Mage Hand.
Mhm.
I'm going to tap the back of the cable and see if it moves.
Cable wiggles, nothing happens.
Okay, so as with most cables, don't touch the tip.
All right. So here's what we're going to do.
I'm going to let that lie.
I'm going to yank it the rest of the way, and then you manipulate it with Mage Hand for the connection.
Okay.
So I have leather armor on. Does that include leather gloves? I forget.
Yeah, it's just you
Block
grabbed
gloves
the
separate.
thing, and it was super hot, and leather gloves don't block heat too well.
They are resistive.
You actually bought gloves separate before we started. I remember we did that.
Oh
It was
yeah,
on
I
her
remember that
sheet.
too.
Anyways, they're leather in nature and therefore resistive. So what I'm going to try to do is not grabbing it by the tip, but grabbing it like a foot.
So you and Grigum are working together to haul it out?
Sure.
Because that's what he said he was going to do. So
Yeah.
All right. So either y'all both make strength checks, or one of y'all make a strength check with advantage.
All right, I'll cast guidance on.
remember, arcane leakage.
It's divine.
Let's just move the
Guidance is divine.
Move.
I'll cast it on.
Who got arcane guidance? Or who got guidance?
Greg.
Brigham? Okay, roll me a D100, please.
D100?
No, not
Okay.
you. Rail.
Oh.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
Oh. D10. So, my first roll of percentile. Because I want to get on the random action.
I mean, I'm probably going to have to do it again because he wants me to use Mage Hand to plug it in. So
80.
80 what?
81.
Okay. You feel a sudden, like, buoy of speed and can take another action if you want.
Interesting. I'm going to...
do I still have my Mage Hand, or has it been 10 rounds?
It hasn't. It's been about a minute because the music is stopped, and when the mage hand faded, the music stopped.
Okay, then I'll
can
probably have
take
to
another- take
recast
another
that
act.
when they get there.
Then I'm going to cast... What the hell? No, I don't have any other actions I want to take right now.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. So
I will cluck like a chicken.
I'm going to wait till they get close, and then I'll do Mage Hand, but I'm going to also pass the staff to Rail and say, in case I act weird and leave the room or something, try to guide it to the socket.
Why can't we just use the the non-capped quarterstaff to just as fine adjustment for the tip?
I mean...
And try to avoid magic.
Sure.
You filthy casters, you.
I take a little length of rope and I tie a little rope circle on the end of the quarterstaff too, so that I can try to hook it if I need to.
Okay, so whoever is pulling out the cables, whether you're working together or you're doing it individually, make your strength rolls or athletics check. Sorry.
I believe
athletics.
Tim's doing it and I'm assisting, so he gets advantage.
Okay.
Perfect. I was like,
and he has guidance still.
Guidance. Okay. I was like, let's use the staff.
Can our heroes plug in a chord? Thrilling adventure.
22.
22. You kind of grip the cable from behind the head instead of touching the tip. Haul it, pull it. It goes out 5 feet. You pull it again, and another 5 feet come out, and you can pull it all the way to the thing. Whoever's inserting connecting the cable to the coupling, make me an intelligence check. Do it at disadvantage if you are trying to do this with a quarterstaff at range.
What about a mage hand?
That would just be an
I think
intelligence
I'm going to
check.
have to do Mage Hand. I'm going to do Mage Hand and do the percentage dice.
Yep, roll me
Okay, Mage
percentage
Hand.
dice.
I'm just going to
11.
plug in the thing.
11?
You're going to plug it in.
Yes.
Roll
Not
me
in the hand, but
roll me a D10, Zizva.
I'm already in the middle of doing my check, so you're too late, Tux. 4.
4? Let's see here. You
You
grow
scrap-
4 inches.
Ingrid's not short anymore. What?
Hold on.
Do I have any idea if that's permanent or not?
You have no idea. Warning, arcane leak detected. Please exercise caution.
Okay, we have a Mage Hand, and I'll plug it in and do an intelligence check.
Okay, make the intelligence check.
20.
Yeah, the hand just grips it, twists it, and there's that, and one of the tanks at the side of the room kind of start very low.
Okay, well,
looks like we temporarily lost Griggum.
Please have
So,
a conversation with somebody.
uh,
I'm gonna actually take a quick break while he's there. I'll be right back.
okay. Doo, 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 doo.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's like roommate dropped by to say he was doing a shopping run. Yeah.
No worries. Ziziva had to run away real quick, but she'll be back. So let's see. The cable
So,
that you were
she
fond
grew
of.
4.
Really? Come on. Okay, there we go. One is connected.
Hooray.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, she grew 4 inches, and we connected the cable.
Yeah.
Great.
Since you're back, why don't we do it with this one? And I'm just gonna plug it in.
You gonna grab it and plug it in? Okay.
Not from the tip, but from the jacket.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Okay, so I still have Mage Hand if we're doing the second one. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay.
You're gonna try to electrocute yourself even though I still have Mage Hand?
Well, right now he's just pulling the cable.
Oh, okay.
Grigum assisting? Or is he doing this?
Ask Griggum.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
You running this pull too, Griggum?
Yes. It's like,
I will hold off on casting guidance.
all right. No, it's, like,
17?
it's perfectly fine because I actually am trained in athletics, so it's like
Oh, wait.
it's not going to hurt me too much. It's like,
Yeah, this is basically feels like doing a tug of war for you.
okay,
Good
here
luck.
we go.
I
I'm
already
getting
did
helped, right? It's like,
18. So,
What'd you
Yeah, you're getting helped by
all right, all
Fairdew.
right, because I don't want to just start rolling at advantage without like.
Fairdew, you kind of got
Without
talked over. What
realizing.
were you saying?
I thought that I was the one doing it. So
Whoever
I rolled
does
a
it, roll it. 17? Yeah, you
Yeah.
pull it, it goes 5 feet, chunk. You get stuck at the 5-foot range, you pull it again hard, and you feel like there's like a catch that releases as you haul it the rest of the way to the thing.
Okay, and then I will attempt to
hand
plug it
plug?
in while holding the jacket. If anybody
Oh.
wants to help, that
I'll help with that.
Make an intelligence check then.
is that at advantage.
If someone's helping you, yes.
And
That
someone
will
is helping.
be a 19.
19, you kind of like very careful fingertip the cable into the coupling and pull the coupling tight around it. And it's like, chunk, locks in
By the
place.
way. Well, if y'all don't want the spell help, I'm gonna go over here. Oh, you're doing it from that side. Okay, I was over here because I thought we were doing that side. It's fine.
So, as this one hits in, that humming sound that y'all heard before starts to get louder.
Grogum, do you want to do this one? And then I'll assist.
Yes, I shall do this one. It's like,
I have to say, if nothing else, you guys have proven that you understand the concept of teamwork better than most people.
well, you got to work with the tools you got, and I've been working with like a lot of crappy tools, especially at work.
Dragon's Horde was the friends we made along the way.
Yes, that is the true purpose of the second sight agency. That and fucking shit up. Anyway, let's see. That's plus 18.
18, like you kind of tug of war it, you get 5 feet, chunk, you feel that stop, you give a hard pull, it lets go, and you can move it the rest of the way. I need someone to make an intelligence check to couple it.
I can do it, or I can assist. Either way.
You roll pretty high on intelligence checks usually. I think you
Okay.
should probably do it.
And I'll assist, I guess.
Okay. That's a 17.
17, you kind of pull the coupling, the Grigum sticks the cable in, coupling locks in place.
Alright, so that's 3.
As the
I'm
third
going
one
to go
goes in,
check.
that humming gets... And you can start to see...
It's like,
You can start to see a red glow at the viewpoints of the canisters at the side of the room.
So we
Interesting.
got wooden shoes, and it turns out what we needed was sound safety gear.
Yeah.
And
I'm checking
gloves.
this door, by the way.
Okay.
That's on that side of the room.
yeah, fair
Locked.
enough.
It is locked. Alright. So we may need to have all of them powered up before we can go anywhere else.
Yeah, because we have to restore lower functions to the machine, as perverted
Alright,
as that
and
sounds.
So,
And hopefully we don't have another flammable check.
I
Alright,
think
I'm
I'll
very
do
sorry,
this
but I need to
one,
step
and
away
if
for 1
Dragon
second.
wants
Don't
to
wait.
assist-
All right.
Okay.
If someone's assisting them, if someone's assisting you, Faraday, roll at advantage. Otherwise, straight roll.
I thought I was going to keep this going. Okay,
I
go
was
ahead.
trying
Go
to
ahead.
do, like,
Y'all
I
can
do
both
one,
do
you
one.
do one, I do one, you do one type of thing. So
Yeah,
that way, like, in
let's go back and
character-
forth.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, so I got a 17.
All right. The cable pulls to the 5 foot. You hear a click. You pull it through and pull it all the way to the coupling. I need an intelligence check to couple it.
Is somebody going to assist?
I've got an intelligence of 11. It's like,
Don't think that it matters. Okay.
well, I guess I'll
I
assist.
can assist because I
Can-
did the coupling check
Can I
before.
assist while holding the cable?
I'll assist, I guess.
Okay. Elizabeth can assist.
Yeah, okay.
Ingrid assists. Then go ahead and make your intelligence check.
14.
What?
14.
14? That's the lowest you've rolled, right? Everything else has been over 15, I believe.
Yes. That is
So,
correct.
who is assisting you?
I think Ingrid.
Okay, so as your Ingrid is holding the coupling open, and you're kind of got a foot over the coupling socket, you kind of jam the cable down, but the tip of it doesn't go directly into the hole. It hits the metal housing, and y'all are both hit with like a sudden rush of heat from the tip of it, and take 6 heat fire damage.
Oh,
And
no.
does it become cold? Or it's not a melee attack, so we should
It's
be
not a
safe from
melee attack,
effects, right?
You just got like a sudden burst of heat as the cable tip contacted metal. Go ahead and make an intelligence check to try and get it coupled.
I bet that didn't sound good either.
It was like... What was that?
16.
16? Like, after that little, like, singe, you're like, oh, nope. And couple it in place. You can
Whoops.
hear that, like...
Black is negative. Red is positive.
That is very positive.
Yes, and I've seen what happens when you mix that up.
Yes.
Next stop,
We've
side
done
of the
that
room.
occasionally. Jumping
Okay,
is very
so-
fun. Okay, so
So I'll
I think
Pull
this
this
is
one.
Grigum's turn, and I assist.
Okay, the red lights from the canister are starting to pulse, and that humming sounds.
ooh, heck yeah! It's like we're looking at a 23 with a net 20.
Nice. You kind of like grab it. You're used to it by now. You hit that 5 foot range. It locks. You go so pull it all the way through, and an intelligence check to couple it.
Okay. Anybody assisting? Okay, thank you. That is another 16.
16, no problem. You have that one little slip up. You know what to watch for. That cable goes in, the coupling gets shut, and the pulsing light becomes like a steady orange-red glow, and you hear it revving more, like. in time with the pulsing of the glow.
So I'll be doing the next one with Driven assisting.
Yep.
Ooh, that's going to be a 21 with the natural 20.
Nice! That's like 2 natural 20s in a row from you two.
Very cool.
Like, you haul the cable, you saw Griggum get stuck at that point, and he pulled through, and you're like, yep, haul it on through, and I need an intelligence check to couple it.
Okay, anybody assisting? Thank you. That's going to be...
Actually, we probably just need one person assisting for, so we don't have multiple hit point damage. So I'll help myself.
Okay. So what's the roll?
17.
Give me that one more time.
17.
17? Not a problem. You got this down like clockwork. Hey. The cable slips into place.
From the boiler.
The couple locks, and the canisters at the side, the red that's been like going, goes, and starts putting off like tangible heat, as you can hear like liquid filling the canisters. Power Relay Station 1 online. Higher functions are restored. Thank you for assisting Mizium Foundry number. I forgot my number. Damn it. Language.
182114.
Thank you.
182,000.
Unsealing doors. And then the doors out from the wall a little bit.
Now, welcome to the dungeon. Like, just in time for the end of the stream, I think.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much we're stopping. So my question is this. Are you going through the left or the right?
Suckers go for the right. Let's go for the left.
I think... well...
Do you now?
Ingrid,
Pulling out the
you didn't have a
coin.
chance to,
Do you?
You didn't have a chance to do anything with that augury, did you?
She doesn't have it prepared.
I could try casting it. It gets less reliable the more you rely on it, but...
Yeah, is
This
it a
would be
good
your
idea
second
to
casting
go
of
to
the day,
left?
right? Yeah.
Yes. So... I would prefer the right, but I wouldn't mind checking a little bit into the future, if you don't mind waiting 10 minutes or so.
You know what? As much as I would love to flex my decisionist powers right now, and like, let's hedge our bets.
Okay, so you spend 10 minutes to cast this. Let's see here. This is your second time casting it.
Wait, what are we doing?
He's casting Augury.
Augury.
I'm casting augury
Okay.
as a ritual.
Yeah, if I'd had time and the ink to learn it too, we could have done
Okay.
it a second time without penalty, but that wasn't the case.
Okay.
We do know that this is a bad room to cast this in, right? Maybe we should move back to the reactor.
I think that was largely because the cables were exposed and spewing out energy. Like,
I don't
Okay,
think
so-
so, but
Already started the ritual.
So, 10 minutes later, the ritual goes off. What is the specifics that you're asking about for the next 30 minutes?
I think the plan... I'm asking whether we should explore to the right.
To the right? Right?
Yes.
You roll the dice, and you get wheel and woe.
Wheel and woe. Well, that's interesting.
Also, I need you to roll me a D100.
Yay!
well, now we know.
You win some, you lose some.
Yes, that infamous we.
81 again.
81.
The same as before. What the hell?
You get another immediate action. You, like,
Okay,
feel
in that
quicker
case,
for
I
a
will-
second.
So you blow raspberry.
Yeah, no, I will cast
Really?
thaumaturgy.
Okay.
Turn my eyes
Why?
Roll me a D100.
Don't use spellcasters.
I'm just backing away from him for right now. But,
Yeah,
This is the
but we need to fix the volume.
caster and an intelligence caster.
yeah.
Okay,
He's quickly raised.
36.
What number?
36.
36.
And
Roll
Rail
me a
spontaneously explodes.
D10.
Man, you making me go through my dice bag here.
He's gonna shrink.
You just rolled 2 D10s.
Oh, you're right. D10. No, that wasn't a 2d10. That was 1d100 in 2 dice.
Oh, okay.
1.
1. You
1.
regress in age 1 year.
Oh,
My skin suddenly feels more supple. Alright.
my beard has receded.
Did I just
Probably better you got that one than
Wait.
me.
Wait, I actually have to update this on my
Oh,
sheet.
boy.
I
Yeah,
have to
like
update mine too. Ingrid's not like
Ima-
super short anymore.
imagine going back 10 years. Wow.
Yeah, I'm like, did I just almost make myself a teenager?
Boy, it's like that would have been an interesting change.
Your aunt would have
Then again-
loved that.
Oh, Lincoln Park
Then again-
really
then
deep all
then
of a sudden.
Like then again, adulthood in these games starts like at 15. It's
Yep.
like at least when it comes to actually doing shit.
Can you imagine Cleaver's reaction if he came back younger than her?
Oh my god. I cannot actually find where my age is recorded on my sheet.
I will mark it in a bit.
Like, this makes me regret not being a spellcaster, but it's like
You're going to
I
level up
do
soon.
have. Yeah, well, almost makes me regret because I do have one thing. It's like, namely, my voting kit has charm person on it.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that'll trigger it.
Alright, so
I mean, it appears that cantrip level spells will trigger it,
So,
This is true.
Rail
which is different from wild magic, which you wouldn't do that there.
casts the bones, and the response was, if you go through the right door, something good will happen and something bad will happen.
Very likely the same will
let's
be
keep
said.
our card up.
You could check the other door real quick.
Can you put your mic a little closer
Me?
now?
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Okay, that's much better.
All right. My apologies. I don't know if we should take another 10 minutes, and that'll be my 3rd time casting it today.
Yeah.
You just really seem
gets
to want to
in-
go towards the right door, though.
Well,
I mean,
if you'd prefer to go to the left, I can go to the left. I don't have a strong
I have a feeling
opinion.
it's going to come out the same way because we're in a dungeon.
This is true.
Just going to point that out.
Um,
Typically, there's enemies.
Lithium 182 114. What is the status of the room to the right?
Do not have eyes nor sense of direction.
And on this day, Ingrid shows herself to be the brains of the operation. The only one of us to think to ask.
Arcane Intelligence Foundry. Arcane Intelligence seat active.
What's to the room on the left? I'm like,
Resource Distribution Chamber. Inactive.
Inactive. Well,
Do either chamber lead to the lower level?
Arcane Intelligence seat has passageway into deeper levels.
okay, so
And this thing has one
Thank you,
health.
here's what I'm thinking. We should check out the left room first, make sure that we don't have anything behind us before we press forward.
that can't hurt.
Yeah.
If it's inactive, it shouldn't be too dangerous.
I
Yeah,
agree with checking it out just because investigating your dead ends is a good idea.
Alright, so I will transition us so y'all can see the room, and then we'll call it a day.
Aww.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Like,
Somebody made an oopsie.
That's some splatter.
yeah. It's like Now, it's not red splatter, but then again, it probably wouldn't be recent anyway.
Yeah.
A resource might be biomatter.
That is a
This
good
is true.
point.
Do we want to go pull a lever, or do we want to just leave this room?
I think we should investigate what happened in here, well, what
I
possibly
think
could
we
have
should
happened.
pit in the door first.
Yeah, I think we've
Destroying
picked
the
a door.
facility.
We've picked a door. We should stick
Yeah.
with it.
This is how much I care. This is my caring face for destroying an abandoned facility.
Go ahead and put yourselves where you would walk into the room, and then we will call it at this, and y'all can think
dear.
about it during the week what y'all are going to do.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
But I will give you all the room has a single lever on the far side of it beyond a strip of black and yellow metal that clearly bifurcates the rusted splattered portion from the just rusted splattered portion of the room. 3 strips of lighting tiles run along the length of the room, providing illumination. The walls in this room, unlike the walls in the previous rooms, are made out of stone.
Interesting. Harder material. Oh. But no obvious monsters.
Nope.
Well, there's a good
It
thing.
was resource distribution.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I had
And
fun. I
folks-
hope you guys had fun.
Yep.
Heck yeah, we have.
I have been
See
looking
everybody
forward to
next
this
week.
for a while. So, real
Oh,
quick,
man, this is
Also,
like a fun dungeon.
something I just remembered. Like, I never said I took the bucket off my head.
no, yeah, you're still carrying around the bucket.
Yay,
I'll
bucket.
add that to my inventory.
So, if you're watching this on Twitch, please follow us. We are trying to get to 50 followers. If you're watching this on YouTube later, please like, subscribe, and/or comment so that we know people watch this and enjoy it. But we're going to keep doing this no matter what. But we hope you enjoy it. There's no.
Would you say this was a mop bucket?
Yeah, it's a mop bucket.
Okay, yeah, got it.
There is.
Now it's your bucket.
Yeah, there's no GM's brew this week, but there will be a GM's brew next week, hopefully. Everyone take care. Have a great week. I had a bunch of fun. I hope you all did have too. All right.
Heck yeah.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Heck yeah. And yeah, it's